Roller coaster ride and I've been coasting, trying hard to forget. Going back and forth and you're ignoring, was it something I said? Turning pages, getting by. I'll be patient and you take your time. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take. Trying not to keep it complicated, I'ma leave it instead. Paint the picture, I'm there walking with you, alleyways and dead ends. Turning pages, getting by. I'll be patient and you take your time. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take. Who knows where we're going, or what it'll take. Waiting on the moment, but it's not today. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take.
Second guessing for the second time tonight. It's a habit, you don't even know why. Asking questions, cause you doubt yourself inside. You've been trying, are you tired? You've been crying harder than yourself alone. Every night I'll take you home. Yeah, when it gets cloudy, you're still heavy in the palm of your hand. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I got your body, you still hold me till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never love nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it's too heavy, keep you steady, hold you up till you stand. I promise I ain't going nowhere. Harder to see it when you can't see it in yourself. For me, believe it when it's coming from someone else. So let me be there. I'll take your worries, make them well. You've been trying, are you tired? You've been crying harder on yourself alone. Every night I'll take you home. Yeah, when it gets cloudy, you're still heavy in the palm of your hands. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I got your body, you still hold me till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never love nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it's too heavy, keep you steady, hold
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my ain't moving small. Money grows from my intuition. I just bought a crib, that's my first edition. People hate it when you claim a vision, but I use a static when I hit ignition. Hungry moves, I'm faster in a minute. I stay fresh to death, I'm in a mint condition. Forge a heat, no matter where I've been, and give me any place and it'll be a kitchen. This how we flow to the top. I'm on a wave and it never gon' stop. I hit a 3, now we running the clock. 24 seconds, I still block your shot. I'm making this an eternal spot. Permanent stain in the flow, ink blot. Don't step to me when I get too hot. I'ma end your life and it's all you got. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my ain't moving small. Homemade flow, I'm a PVC. There ain't one player out doing just like me. Heart rate froze, check the EKG. I hate wasting time, no eventually. Routine work when nobody see it, but I ain't feel the stress, I know it's meant to be. 30 beats, I'm on a killing spree. I made every song in my discography. Yeah, that's every cent, every dollar. I ain't tryna listen to a broke scholar. Making moves to make the money taller. To the cash topping on the Eiffel Tower. Labels calling, I won't wear they collar. With my own drive, I can take it farther. Do it myself, don't ever bother. Been self-made now, shout out to my father. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my ain't moving small.
Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time, sinking into the silence, reaching out for something you may never find, looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. You're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Won't you come over? Dying to know where you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like our future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're headed straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
Silently, I'm breathing. Try to fight the omens when you're all asleep next to me. Caught my eye, you were something new, not refined and polished. You were simply you. Two as one is complicated, beautifully intimidating. One to want it, but I hate it. One, but I hate it. One, but I hate it. One, but I hate it. In your arms while my head's a mess. Not the perfect timing. Never planned to be somebody's. Thought that I was in need of you. Now I find it boring, and you stuck like glue. Ooh, ooh. Two as one is complicated. You said you couldn't live without me. 3 million miles away. You're crying, telling me you're broken. Your fix is just a game. And all of the tears you're trying to fake will keep you alone when you're lying awake. And every time you say you walk away, you're like a war at my door, crying more. You're like a war at my door, crying wolf. You said you couldn't live without me. 3 million miles away. You're crying, telling me you're broken. Your fix is just a game. And so messed up that we are over. You're going crazy in your car. Oh my God, you must be joking. You're nothing but a bad life. And all of the tears you're trying to fake will keep you alone when you're lying awake. And every time you say you walk away, you're like a war at my door, crying wolf. You're like a war at my door, crying wolf. I'm alive and I wanna know. In the dark, you belong. I'm the night here. I'm alive and I wanna know. You belong. Nothing's right. I belong here. And all of the tears you're trying to fake will keep you alone when you're lying awake. And every time you say you walk away, you're like a war at my door, crying wolf. You're like a war at my door, crying wolf.
Roller coaster ride and I've been coasting, trying hard to forget. Going back and forth and you're ignoring, was it something I said? Turning pages, getting by. I'll be patient and you take your time. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take. Trying not to keep it complicated, I'ma leave it instead. Paint the picture, I'm there walking with you, alleyways and dead ends. Turning pages, getting by. I'll be patient and you take your time. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take. take. Waiting on the moment, but it's not today. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Trying to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take.
Second guessing for the second time tonight. It's a habit, you don't even know why. Asking questions, cause you doubt yourself inside. You've been trying, are you tired? You've been crying, harder than yourself alone. Every night I'll take you home. Yeah, when it gets cloudy, you're still heavy in the palm of your hand. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I got your body, you still hold me till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never love nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it's too heavy, keep you steady, won't you? Until you stand. I promise I ain't going nowhere. Harder to see it when you can't see it in yourself. Only believe it when it's coming from someone else. So let me be there. I'll take your worries, make them well. You've been trying, are you tired? You've been crying, harder on yourself alone. Every night I'll take you home. Yeah, when it gets cloudy, it's still heavy in the palm of your hands. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I got your body, you still hold me till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never love nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it's too heavy, keep you steady, won't you? Until you stand. I promise I ain't going nowhere. 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 Baby, I promise. Baby, I gotcha. Have you forgotten? I promise I ain't going nowhere. Baby, I promise. Baby, I gotcha. Have you forgotten? I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it gets cloudy, it's still heavy in the palm of your hands. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I got your body, you still hold me till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never love nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it's too heavy, keep you steady, won't you? Until you stand. I promise I ain't going nowhere.
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small. Money grows from my intuition. I just bought a crib, that's my first edition. People hate it when you claim a vision, but I use a static when I hit ignition. Hungry moves, I'm faster in a minute. I stay fresh to death, I'm in a mint condition. Forge a heat, no matter where I've been, and give me any place, and it'll be a kitchen. This how we flow to the top. I'm on a wave and it never gon' stop. I hit a 3, now we running the clock. 24 seconds, I still block your shot. I'm making this an eternal spot. Permanent stain in the flow, ink blot. Don't step to me when I get too hot. I'ma end your life and it's all you got. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say let 'em, I ain't moving small. Homemade flow, I'm a PVC. There ain't one player out doing just like me. Heart rate froze, check the EKG. I hate wasting time, no eventually. Routine work when nobody see, but I ain't feel the stress, I know it's meant to be. 30 beats, I'm on a killing spree. I made every song in my discography. Yeah, that's every cent, every dollar. I ain't tryna listen to a broke scholar. Making moves to make the money taller. To the cash topping on the Eiffel Tower. Labels calling, I won't wear the collar. With my own drive, I can take it farther. Do it myself, don't ever bother. Been self-made now, shout out to my father. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say let 'em, I ain't moving small.
Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time, sinking into the silence. Reaching out for something you may never find. Looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to. Praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to. Praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to. Praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Won't you come over? Dying to know where you you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like our future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're headed straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
Silently, I'm breathing. Try to fight the omens when you're all asleep. Next to me, caught my eye. You were something new, not refined and polished.
Welcome everybody to the Distinct Esports 3v3 bi-weekly tournament. I am being joined here by Quanzek. We're getting ready for the overall Rocket League tournament here. There's going to be a lot of action here in front of us. We're waiting for the players to get loaded into our first lobby here. Quanzek, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's been a little bit long day for me, long night leading into today, but I'm excited to do some Rocket League. I casted some hockey for Rocket League earlier today, and now I'm setting up here to watch this watch these great series. And this first one should be definitely delivering in terms of competition, for
All
sure.
right. Fair enough. Well, in hockey, I guess, was there anybody like Wayne Gretzky? Was anybody really popping off earlier today, or?
There was Lemon Puppy's team that he had in the league there went the distance and ended up losing 2 Game 5 overtimes to end up like dropping the tournament, but it was two like very exciting series. So
the opposite of a Mighty Ducks story a little bit is what you're telling me.
yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Well, we will be hopping into this best of 3 matchup with Inyanet versus Mama. We have Jathan, Resnal, and Preston of Inyanet versus Mama of Elevated, Buffy, Trace, and Fear Classic. Preston trying to start off here early for Inyanet. Jathan trying to get one touch here, back in front. Preston tries to chip it forward. Going to be a little bit too shy there, though. Trace deals with it pretty easily. A bomb downfield goes into Jathan's hands. Classic off the corner. We'll see just a little bit of back and forth so far. Neither team really doing too much threatening on the net until maybe there. Trace tried to dart one in there. Does end up getting stopped out during his effort, though.
Very good look there. I can tell just off the bat that Indiana a tad bit scattered. They're sort of covering the same area of the field. We see another double commit here between the two of them, of Jathan and Preston. They do end up getting 2 shots on target, but neither one of them exactly pressing towards that orange net. So Mama gonna attempt to regain here. Elevated Buffy going for a full field air dribble. Gets the demo too, and that one's just gonna go into the net. I thought he might have been able to get there for a bump, but I didn't realize he had the speed nor the boost to fully connect on the demo. Was he even looking?
I'm not even sure. It didn't even look like he was going actually supersonic, but nonetheless, he bumps, I think it's Preston up in the air out of the way, said, move on over. I'm taking this all the way to your net, and gets that demo right at the tail end. And he will find the first goal here, though, for Mama. Beautiful play there for Solo coming out from the elevated Buffy, as we will have him going up here for another one. So I think they're probably going to take note of that he is definitely dangerous in the air, and they're going to have to get up there early to get on top of him here for India net. Will be Classic trying to wait for this ball to come to him for that side of Mama. Double commit coming out from the India net. So probably can't really find too much after this, as it does end up going back out to the midfield pretty quickly. But Mama is scurrying around for boost right now. Not able to find much here on their defensive front. Just trying to get out of their half, as Resinal, again, just peppering it back and forth here. And they're not really finding a footing until that shot just does go a little bit wide. And they're getting demoed right afterwards here. Neither team going to be able to get anything else after that.
4 players removed from the pitch in quick succession. We have a flurry of demos there in that corner. You know, if they can't play, then you're going to have a better ticket to scoring. As a 5th demo comes out, Buffy will lose possession of the ball, and Jathan will collect his full boost with the ball in tow. Can do whatever he pleases. Just going to leave it for Resinal, and that one goes off of the Mama backboard and back out. Trace gonna get beat up by Preston, who will then follow up this ball, collect it with 50 boost, let Resinal take it over the top of him. They also grab the full mid boost in turn. Gets a double off the corner. Jathan follow up, but Trace turns aside, and he will lead his team down on a charge going back the other direction.
Then you were talking about demos just a minute ago there. I think one thing I've never actually seen as while casting is all 6 players being demoed on the pitch at one time with like a trade of demos. I want to see that now. I think, Quan, do you have like the luck to like rub into this game to make sure that happens for us?
I will attempt to move all of my energy into this game so that all 6 players are off the field at the same exact time.
Yes. Okay, good. Maybe it'll count or as soon as they all leave the lobby too, but hey, you know, either way. Trades the shot on net. It's going to be a little bit too high though. We'll see Buffy trying to follow him up as they're still up by 1 goal here as we encroach on 2 minutes remaining here in game 1. For anybody who is just tuning in, this is a best of 3 matchup. So dropping this game doesn't mean you're going to be going to the lowest bracket, but you definitely want to be the one on top to start it out. As a shot coming on net, going to hit post and come back out. Jathan not able to find it. Pass in the middle to Resinal. Resinal shot on net is going to be there though, and he will tie it up 1-1.
The passing plays, the connection here was Preston to Jathan. Jathan takes the shot, but it's just a little bit too far right. He goes, okay, let me get my own rebound, and dish a perfect pass to my 3rd man coming in the midfield. And it's those connections, those passing plays that's putting Indiana in the driver's seat of this game. They're out shooting their opponent 12-2 right now, Ivory. It is night and day between these two teams as a 13th shot is going to go on. And it's a wonder that they only have 1 in the net, but you can tell that the communication and the intended passing, infield passing plays for Indiana net is just so much better communicated for this roster.
Yeah, and you know, you were kind of pointing it out. Honestly, I didn't even feel like that was kind of the nature of the game so far. You were pointing out that they have now 14 shots, but really not a whole lot of threats coming on Mama's net. I mean, they're playing good defense, but nothing too crazy thus far, as they do put another shot on net. So I'm not sure, you know, the offense is it's there. You know, they're kind of putting it towards net, but just nothing too dangerous here for Indian net. We'll see if they're going to be able to find a little bit more accuracy with their shots as they're encroaching here late in the game. 45 seconds left. Both teams still tied up. Might see an overtime here in our game 1. It's Classic trying to go by, getting the solo play, moving them forward. And it's a 2v2 situation here on the backfield. We're going to see shot from Resident. Going to be a little bit too high, though. Again, right off the crossbar. Not able to make it happen. Classic does end up 15 with him. Preston still holding on to possession here for Indianet. Trying to look for a pass in the middle. Will be punched down in front. It's going to be very awkward here for Classic. Does end up getting one touch. And a nice secondary touch there as well, as they're off to the races, trying to make a little bit of a counterattack here for themselves. Preston does snuff it out and get it away from his net, though.
Resno gonna collect. He's gonna just dish it into the corner, but nobody was there on his team to help him along. Jathan then gonna send the distance, and Fierce says, you know what? Return to sender. I don't want this. It's not my mail. Back across to Trace. Trace to the ceiling. Buffy towards the net, but it's not on target. He just slams the backboard with that ball, and we will hit the turf at 0 seconds. Overtime in game 1. Would you have it any other way, Ivory?
I think these two teams are ready to find it out. Mama not having the shots yet. Classic trying to end it here early. Just barely misses it after that flip reset. We'll see who's going to be the star player here. Classic was trying to be it for Mama. Will be Classic trying to find the pass here off the backboard of Indianet. It's going to be Jathan trying to come up to this one. Trace. Decent pass in the middle. It's going to be over to Buffy. Buffy does put the shot into the right side. It's going to be Trace to follow it up. Shot on net. It's going to be in. Trace puts the game away 2-1.
And despite being outshot 17-6, they're effective. They're efficient. They lock down the defense. They capitalize on the opportunities on the other end, and they had control of that game ever since the reset on the overtime kickoff. They won it. They set up, and that was it. They booked their ticket to this match advantage for the remainder of this series. So props for Mama. They held on defensively. And I do want to point out, there is a genuine difference between shots and scoring opportunities. Indianet can throw on 17 shots on net, but if they're not actually threatening, if they're just easy saves for Mama, what does it matter? You're not actually threatening any goal into the back of the net. You need to be able to generate these higher quality shots, higher quality opportunities, and they're just not doing that right now.
Yeah, certainly. I agree 100%. You know, as far as on the quality of look, it's just not there for Indianet. You know, they had a couple that were kind of close, but for the most part, they were just kind of clanging it into the basically the posts, you know, crossbars, you know, whatever you want to kind of say there. But also on top of it, Mama had 10 saves, but I think I commented on it about, you know, a minute and a half left in the game. You pointed that out, that they had like 14 some shots at that point. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I didn't even feel like they were under pressure at all for Mama. So we'll see if Indianet, like we were talking about, you know, they just need to get a little bit more quality looks and a little bit better touches to try and be able to seal a couple more goals for themselves, because really at the end of the day, if you can start converting some of that, I don't know what the exact shot line was, but I would assume that they had pretty close to 20 shots by the end of that
17,
game.
yeah.
17. Okay. But yeah, I mean, if you can at least get the percentage up a little bit, you know, you'll go up by your goal yourself, not see yourself into an overtime, and maybe able to get themselves a victory here in game 2.
Yeah, that first game incredibly reminiscent of G2 versus FaZe earlier today, of just like quantity versus quality. And ultimately, the first series it was quality, second series it was quantity. So we'll put those methods to the test in this game today, this series here. This one off the sidewall. Fear gonna get a piece of it. And actually it just goes straight to Buffy, and that's an open net to shoot at. Does want to put the pace behind it, but nobody's there to contest him.
Yeah, I'm surprised with Reznal here. Maybe he just didn't realize that he was third man back, and he ended up just getting caught out there on the shot from Buffy. No one home there for the side of Indianet. And going to be rough here for him. They only had one goal to their name last game off of, like you said, 18 shots or whatever that was. So going to be a hard road here for him to get back into this one. Nice save there from Trace. Able to pre-jump that one and keeping Jathan out of the net. Great job there from him, able to keep Mama up 1-0 so far here in game 2. Trace, 50. It's not the best, though. It's going to be sinking into the net, and it will be Preston to find himself a goal.
I think it would have gone in regardless, but Preston gonna guarantee it does. Trace just a little bit awkward. That's the one problem with the dribble, is you need that extra touch to control it more often than not. To stabilize it, second one to get control, and while he was gaining control, it was an easy dive there by Reznal to come in, recognize it, and just throw it on net. And this actually could be a second. Jathan won't be able to bury off the double touch. Reznal with the rebound. Turned aside by Buffy. Trace now looking for Buffy on the transition. This one's towards the backboard, and Jathan will clear it away. We stay 1-1, but it's back and forth, quick pace action here, as another opportunity may find its way, but Buffy will be there for the interception.
Yeah, both teams trying to find these little passing plays in the middle, just not quite able to connect. Nice pass back here. Resinal able to get there in front. Trace had a decent shooting opportunity, just was snuffed out from the defense of Indian Net. Good dunk here from Jathan. See if he can get back to this one. Going to look for the shot. Going to be stopped out from Trace. So a little bit of speed from both sides here on the defensive. Just able to keep these midfield plays at bay. Preston trying to follow up the touch here from his teammate. Will be a little bit scuffed here off the backboard. Jathan with an opportunity, going to be able to go for the double tap. It's going to be down and not in, though. Crossbar once more. Indian Net have been having a hard time here with their offense in games 1 and 2.
Yeah, they love to get shots, but they're never on frame. They're like the shots that you're like, oh, I got credit for it, when it's like flying into the corner, you know? Like the weird shots that the game's like, oh yeah, that deserves credit for a shot. But there's nothing actually threatening. Like, they have currently 7 shots. They've only forced out 3 saves. Like, what does that tell you? That half the shots they're taking are just not even on frame within the goalpost. So they're good at getting the pressure, but I mean, another one right there. Trace just has to drive into it, and it's an easy save turned into a transition play going back the other way. So it's definitely going to have to be going to the drawing board for this Indian Net team to solve this. And again, it's Jathan just wide left.
Yeah, each player having some struggles there, just being able to find it on net with some, actual power. Classic over to Trace. Trace going to be able to find a dunk, but not the double that he was looking for. So neither team able to crack the defense here for their second goal quite yet, as we get to 2 minutes left here in game 2. If anybody is just tuning in, it was Mama who took game 1, so they're trying to make their way further into the winner's bracket here with a victory themselves. Preston going to be able to find one touch, looking for the second. Buffy, actually a little bit of a misjump there, going to be able to give a lot of room here to Indian Net. Decent dribble. Preston didn't find that bump, though. Classic was in a dangerous position, but is able to squeak away. Classic, nice little pre-flip shot on net. Going to be stopped out from Resinal, though. Great save, and Resinal able to follow it up himself over to Jathan. Jathan downfield, but nobody's there, though, and it will look like it's just going to be Mama slowing this play down a little bit.
Preston, good 50 there on the sidewall. Gonna then collect and try to just keep possession, looking for Resinal, but they both bail and actually just give up possession to Trace. Interesting decision making there, is now the demo attempting to come out on Preston. They force him out, and Classic is there to bury it into the net. It wasn't the demo, but the threat of one that opened up the net here. Preston has to go out of his way, and he doesn't commit to the ball nor the goal. He can't make the read, and that's 2-0 in favor of Mama. Or 2-1, excuse me.
Yeah, 2-1. Hopefully it wasn't 2-0. That's why the Indian Net would be in some real trouble if it's 2-0. But it is just a 1-goal lead here from Mama. But a minute and 10 seconds left. Indian Net has been struggling on offense. It's still a pretty tall order for them unless they can really start getting some quality here in their shooting percentage. We'll see Jathan up, trying to keep the midfield possession here for the side of Indian Net. Will be Resinal back down in front, over to Preston. Preston does have to wait for Trace to kick a crack at it. Classic. Gonna get beat out from Resinal, though. Resinal bombs it here off the sidewall. Preston up, trying to find one shot in the net. Doesn't end up faking it, actually. Resinal back over, open net opportunity. Preston in an awkward situation, though. Actually dunks his teammate, and Jathan gets stopped out from Preston. A great idea from the team play, but unfortunately just falls back in front of it.
This one now dangerously in front of the Indian net, if that makes any sense at all. Resinal going to be able to get the flip and force it towards the Mamba backboard. Buffy then towards the blue backboard. It's just back and forth. Indian Net need to find an answer. It needs to happen now. That's a good challenge by Resinal, and another bump onto Buffy. Preston, though, just throws it up, and Jathan doesn't have enough boost and is also too far away to follow it. It's going to have to be a full field reaction here from Indian Net. But with the clock on zeros, it's going to need to happen now. This ball over to Jathan. He will whiff completely. It's going to be Mama taking it in 2.
Yeah, really just some great play there from Mama altogether. They kept their composure. There was, we talked about the quality of shooting as far as on the side of Indian Net, having some issues, but also really you have to give some credit there to Mama as well, just because really when you have multiple shots, 10, 15 plus shots coming onto your net every single game, it can get a little bit daunting, you're just trying to scurry for your boost. And really they kept that composure and were able to keep themselves alive throughout all those flurry of attacks coming out from the side of Indian Net. And they come out with a 2-0 victory and a nice little clean sweep there for them to move further into the tournament here, Quan.
100%. I mean, their mental was calm, cool, and collected. I mean, it's one thing to have that flurry of shots. It's another to save them and also recognize which shots are going to be wide, because That second game alone, Internet hit the crossbar, the backboard about 5 times maybe. And just to be able to recognize that, sit still with your boost, hold on to what you have because you know you're getting starved out with how long you've been in your half, and then be able to turn it into a transition play going back the other way. They played that game exactly how they should have against a hyper-aggressive Internet team. They come away with the victory in only 2 games in the best of 3, so props to them. They're looking strong going into the rest of this bracket.
Yeah, we'll see him moving on here to play against looks like here in the winter semifinals. Don't worry, I'm not just saying because of it. It's actually team name so don't mind me. If you wanted to check it out, fact check me.
I love the clarification. My mind went, wait, what are you doing, Henry?
But if you want to check out the bracket, make sure to type an exclamation point bracket in the chat. That'll take you on to, I guess it's not called Smash GG anymore. It's escaping my head now what it's called, but Start.
I think
GG.
it's Start, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, you will find the bracket on there, and we will be casting our next match in the winter semifinals on the top side of the bracket, so we'll wait for some teams to get through there. So if you guys wanted to grab some food, grab yourself a drink, make sure to have a lot more Rocket League ahead of us. And also, if you want to check out the Distinct Esports Discord, type in exclamation point Discord in the chat. You make sure to join the community, join in on future tournaments, and also just be a part of the community and join in on the 6-man's queues and a lot of different things. We would love to have you a part of the community as well. But everyone, we will be back.
We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're headed straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
roller coaster ride, and I've been coasting, trying hard to forget. Going back and forth, and you're ignoring. Was it something I said? Turning pages, getting by. I'll be patient and you take your time. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take. Trying not to keep it complicated, I'ma leave it instead. Paint the picture, I'm there walking with you, alleyways and dead ends. Turning pages, getting by. I'll be patient and you take your time. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take. Who knows where we're going, or what it'll take. Waiting on the moment, but it's not today. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take.
Second guessing for the second time tonight. It's a habit, you don't even know why. Asking questions, cause you doubt yourself inside. You've been trying, are you tired? You've been crying harder than yourself alone. Every night I'll take you home. Yeah, when it gets cloudy, you're still heavy in the palm of your hand. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I got your body, you still hold me till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never let nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it's too heavy, keep it steady, won't you? Until you stay. I promise I ain't going nowhere. Harder to see it when you can't see it in yourself. Only believe it when it's coming from someone else. So let me be there. I'll take your worries, make them well. You've been trying, are you tired? You've been crying harder on yourself alone. Every night I'll take you home. Yeah, when it gets cloudy, you're still heavy in the palm of your hands. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I got your body, you still hold me till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never let nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it's too heavy, keep it steady, won't you? Until you stay. I promise I ain't going nowhere. Promise I ain't going nowhere. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I promise I ain't going nowhere. Baby, I promise. Baby, I gotcha. Have you forgotten? I promise I ain't going nowhere. Baby, I promise. Baby, I gotcha. Have you forgotten? I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it gets cloudy, it's still heavy in the palm of your hands. I promise I ain't going nowhere.
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small. Money grows from my intuition. I just bought a crib, that's my first edition. People hate it when you claim a vision, but I use a static when I hit ignition. Hungry moves, I'm faster in a minute. I stay fresh to death, I'm in a mint condition. Forge a heat, no matter where I've been, and give me any place, and it'll be a kitchen. This how we flow to the top. I'm on a wave and it never gonna stop. I hit a 3, now we running the clock. 24 seconds, I still block your shot. I'm making this an eternal spot. Permanent stain in the flow, ink blot. Don't step to me when I get too hot. I'ma end your life and it's all you got. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small. Homemade flow, I'm a PVC. There ain't one player out doing just like me. Heart rate froze, check the EKG. I hate wasting time, no eventually. Routine work when nobody see, but I ain't feel the stress, I know it's meant to be. 30 beats, I'm on a killing spree. I made every song in my discography. Yeah, that's every cent, every dollar. I ain't tryna listen to a broke scholar. Making moves to make the money taller. To the cash topping on the Eiffel Tower. Labels calling, I won't wear the collar. With my own drive, I can take it farther. Do it myself, don't ever bother. Been self-made now, shout out to my father. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small.
Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time, sinking into the silence. Reaching out for something you may never find. Looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to. Praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Distinct Esports 3v3 tournament. We do have Bet versus Neptune Esports here in our winners quarterfinals. We're just waiting for all the players to get loaded in. I think they're in the lobby, but Quan, I'm ready for some more Rocket League. How about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready. That first series was a gift, and I'm sure this one's just going to be better. We have Neptune Esports versus Bet. We're underway here in game 1. Tiber hitting that one against his own sidewall. Here's 7. It's been very antsy to get on stream here, Ivory, so let's see him strut his stuff. There's Marty. Gonna play this ahead to Zolo. 7 across the way. He's actually going to chase it down himself with enough boost, playing off the sidewall, but it's just a flick that really just gives up possession. That one's a little bit awkward there, and after this stint in the blue half following the kickoff, Bet leave completely empty-handed, including 0 stats on the scoreboard.
SA7, he asked quite a few times to be on stream, more than I have fingers, I think, during the time that the tournament's been going on, so he's been pretty excited. Luckily for him, I don't wear socks whenever I cast, so I have more, digits to be able to count, and I think it was 13, Quan, I think is what the count was up to. We'll have 7. Putting a shot on net, gonna be a little bit too high here, Turbo. Trying to follow it up here, and gonna be just a little bit too wide though. 7 does get a reset, trying to get one more onto it. Didn't find the reset, doesn't look like. I thought maybe he had a connection, but unfortunately did not get a hold of it. Will be bomb downhill from Martzi. Tiber getting up here. Double commit coming out, though, and it does end up going in their favor, though, for Neptune. Shot on net. Tiber going to be a little bit wide, though. The open look. Tiber, unfortunately, does not hit that, and he is going to want that one back. That was a golden opportunity wasted.
This one off the corner. Zolo intentionally going to get a double touch on that. Make it a little bit awkward, but Martzi does break out. He has a man in the middle for a pass. This one high and up off the backboard, which then Will collect. Here's Tiber playing up for himself. Not enough boost to really do too much, so he just goes corner to corner there. 7 grabbing the full boost and the ball. Goes off the ceiling. Just going to flick it forward where Tiber will collect. Get a little flip on it to slow it down. Then Marzi comes in to the rescue. Zolo out to Marzi. Marzi then playing it forward. Trying to chase it down, but his first touch was rather heavy. And now here's Turbo trying to get around him. It's a lot of neutral zone play between these two teams here, Ivory, and neither one of them really able to take possession nor the boost control. This could be the first genuine opportunity, but Marzi not able to get the power behind the flip reset.
Yeah, he had to look there, just wasn't able to connect, and Marzi actually misses here. I thought he was going to have that one pretty easily, but ETH1 is going to be able to get the first goal here for the side to bet off of that shot. Yeah, I'm just surprised Marzi missed that one.
And who else other than 7 to keep the rest of the bracket waiting? As his team will then get an equalizer scored against them. 7, I don't know you. I probably shouldn't be talking about this way, but it's easy. 1 apiece as we're nearing the halfway mark of this game. It's a quick little kickoff goal for that equalizer for Neptune, and just like that, they're back in it.
And we'll have 1-1, so gonna have 7 trying to take a crack at this ball here for the side of Bet. Gonna get beat out though from Marzi. Marzi bombs it downfield here to Zolok. Zolok's gonna get beat here from Turbo as 7 trying to get possession back here for the side of Bet. F1, see if he can find the shot here. Gonna be a little bit too wide though. And just a little bit of kickball here back and forth from both teams, just trying to get a little bit of possession here. But it is at least Bet holding on to it at midfield typically in most of these scenarios. 7. Going to be able to find 1 touch, maybe get a secondary. Looking for the double, does get bumped in the meantime. It's going to be Marzi able to clean up that initial play. Marzi still trying to hold on for dear life to 7, passing over to Turbo. Turbo here off the sidewall once more. And they're just not able to connect on these opportunities here from the side of Bet. They're looking for the passes. Just the secondary shooter just not able to really put them on target or make any threat.
This one out to Marzi. Not able to make the read. A little bit awkward after initially landing. Zolo towards the backboard. Oh, a whiff there is going to open up the net. I was fully getting ready to announce the clear, and all of a sudden it's just a whiff in broad daylight on the backboard, and Tiber's there to capitalize. Right spot, right time, gives his team the lead.
You know, I said F1, is it Ethone?
I don't know.
I was thinking Ethan, Ethone, F1. I don't know.
That's why I started Ethone, but F1 is like it just depends on where you want to put the syllable in there. Is it after the like ET or after the ETH?
Oh man, ET phone home. Turbo ends up missing that freebie. We'll have Tiber here to follow it up for the side of Neptune Esports. Trying to get a little bit more is, I'm going to call it F1. F1 does push it forward here to Zolo. Trying to get back in front. It'll be F1 back over to Turbo. Turbo, see if he gets beat out here. It looks like he's going to from Zolo. Zolo over to Tiber. Tiber just flicks it forward. Just one more. But again, just a little bit back and forth from both teams. It's waterfalling down in front. 7. Not able to get back around it as the Turbo back to F1. F1 shot on net. Big save, though, coming out from Marzi as he keeping this 1-goal lead alive.
I thought that Neptune was going to get burned there. Zolo, after the passing play was coming out from Bet, Zolo pre-jumped when the ball was like at the midfield line and got absolutely toasted because the shot then came out low. But he did get bailed out by a teammate then, and they're still going to be up with this 30-second warning popping up on screen. F1 out to himself. Now that we have concurred on the pronunciation of that name, he has a man in the middle, and Turbo towards the net. It's off the bar and back out. That would have been a crucial equalizer, but for the time being, they're stuck in their half. They need to go the distance in 10 seconds here. Here's F1 down the field. He has 7 causing disturbances in the crease, but not much more doing from 7. And Marchi going to play over the top of him. Ball's going to hit the ground. That'll do it for our first game.
Yeah, it's a great play there coming out from Neptune. Able to take that 2-1 victory. It was a little bit kind of reminding me of Inya Net for side of 7's team. Just a lot of shooting really and a little bit of midfield possession that was kind of coming out, but just really couldn't find the looks whenever they were presented to them. But looks like we're going to get a server reset here real quick, everybody in chat. So we'll be getting back in this game 2 here shortly. But yeah, I don't know, Quan, say I think as far as on their offense, they just really weren't quite connecting there for the side of Bet.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe it's just the story we'll see today of hyper-aggressive teams just losing. If you want to win, just don't shoot. They'll own goal. I think that's the moral of the story here. That's the takeaway. No, I mean, it was bet with their foot on the gas, and it was so far down that they couldn't slow down when it came to the ball being in their half. Just whiffs, unforced errors when they shouldn't have happened, whiffs, just not connecting at the right moments, rotation not fully being there. I mean, I'm just thinking about that one whiff on the backboard that was quite literally the reason you lost the game. I mean, sure, there's other things you can point to, but when that lets in a goal and the scoreline ends up being 2-1, that's the one definitive thing that separate your two teams. So let's see if they change anything going into this game 2 here on Forbidden Temple.
Well, hey, at least that whiff. I was waiting here for a second. 7 does get stopped out from Martzi. Great heads-up play there from him. But the whiff that you were referencing, though, from F1, at least it gave us time to really figure out F1's name, and it really was kind of a godsend there for us. Nice little flick here from...
Much needed.
We do have at least some offensive power coming out from Bet here, starting out. Again, 4 shots on net already in this game, and they're the ones that have actually found the best look here so far from Neptune, actually, with their 1 shot. So again, Bet just kind of throwing them at the net, not really too much coming out of it thus far, and that's the 5th shot to the tally within the first minute, and nothing really too threatening for the side of Neptune. As Zolo looking for the double, does end up faking it here. Martzi gonna let Tiber have a crack at it. Tiber trying to get a little bit of solo play here, looking for the double, does get stopped out barely at the goal line there from 7 as Turbo trying to get this one out of their half and trying to scurry to the other side of the field. Will be 7 looking for the double, does end up missing once more. Unfortunately, again, just not able to find these looks whenever they're presented.
Turbo now up on the ceiling. I don't believe he got the flip. Instead, it's going to fall to Tiber. F1 up ahead for 7. 7 going to get a really great touch there. Puts just enough power to play it over the defender and underneath the crossbar. Good mechanical prowess there, and it was all teed up by that path from F1 off the ceiling. Using your surroundings to give your team the lead here. Good little 1-2 touch by Bet to go up 1-0. And all those shots eventually do pay off.
Yeah, 7 was at least finally able to put a threatening shot there on net, and defense not quite able to get there. Martzi was in the area. Ooh, nice shot there from Zolo. Is end up stopped out from the crossbar. Double is a little bit too far there for Tiber. Martzi shot gonna be in though. Martzi able to be cleanup crew. The janitor coming in, sweeping up the ball, and able to take this goal and make it tied up 1-1.
Yeah, panic on the side of Bet here. I mean, you see the shot coming out when all 3 of Bet's members are still, like, up floating in the air. One of them flying out from the crossbar, attempting a squishy save. The other 2 sort of flopping around. And I understand it was awkward, but you just got to stay more composed. That's the reason you lost the last game. And in best of 3, you're already staring at a series loss if you lose this game. And, you know, just collect yourself. It's okay. Take a breather. Everybody needs a deep breath every now and then. Relax. We're having fun here. It's a video game, guys.
Fun? I don't know about all that. We'll have Tiber. Ooh, nice little musty here to Martzi. Martzi does end up bumping him, just not quite in time, though, to let that ball go squeaking by. We'll have Turbo trying to follow up his initial touch. Does end up missing here, though, so it's going to be Tiber a free ball here for the side of Neptune Esports. He's going to be able to get a little bit of air dribble out there, too, with the flip reset. Nice job there, and actually stuffs it as well. Tiber playing 1v3 right now, making a lot of presence known here on his offensive takes. Zalo does end up popping in here off the backboard. It's going to be F1 trying to get it out of here for the half of Bet. But again, just having so many issues trying to get it out so far. Tiber and crew doing a good job at keeping them at bay.
You know, F1 should be an F1 car.
Ooh.
That'd be very fitting.
I like that.
Yeah.
Can we get a prediction going?
It's going to be the namesake looking for Turbo there in the midfield. Tiber going to quickly turn around. He has Zolo behind him, but they'll retreat for boost. So it's Tiber and Martzi for the 1-2 punch on the other end, and they will connect. Tiber does all the work. Bates and the defenders able to play this past 7, and it's just Martzi there to capitalize, playing it underneath F1.
Yeah, F1 was, I'm not sure if he had a good chunk of boost. I saw him boosting there right at the tail end, but either way, didn't get on top of that ball in time. A very awkward read there for him. Ends up conceding that goal, though, and it'll be 2-1 here for the side of Neptune Esports as Turbo trying to put a shot on net, and he will actually find it, too. 2 players there for the defense of Neptune, and neither one able to get to it.
Yeah, it was a little bit awkward here. Really good placement by Turbo. And Tiber You know, he's sitting on the backboard waiting for the shot to come out, but he's sitting there vertically. He doesn't bother to orientate his car perpendicular to the net, or rather parallel with the crossbar is what I'm trying to say, perpendicular with the post, so that he can then drive into the net, and he waits until once the shot comes out to actually then fix everything. That might have been the difference between a save and having that goal go in, but regardless, we're all tied up just under 2 minutes. Marzi looking for Tiber, who will then backflip. 7 will then be enabled to take control of that ball. Zolo looking for a teammate, but instead gets a little bit tossed by them. Tiber into the middle for Marzi. Marzi looking back over for Zolo. Actually, there's nobody there to receive that pass, and they will just dump it down and regroup.
You know, a minute ago there, Quan, you were throwing out a lot of big words, and I'll be honest, I didn't know what a lot of those meant, but I agree it's very photosynthesis of you. So it was pretty spot on. Well, we are tied up 2-2 here. Neptune trying to close out this series, get their way a little bit further into the winner's bracket of this tournament. 7 going under, looking for the solo play. Not going to be able to get there in time, though. Marzi able to scoop it up and take it out here to the corner. As back out in front, Tiber going for the squishy save awkwardly. Didn't really need to. Does end up missing, but luckily doesn't get punished for his actions. We'll see 7 trying to find the pass here possibly. Actually goes for it himself, looking for the solo play. Gonna go for the bump. Does end up getting beat out from Marzi, though. As Tiber trying to get a hold of it here for Neptune. 7 does end up demoing him, and it will be taking him off the pitch here momentarily. But he will be spawning back with a little bit of boost to his name, and he's going to be there in the back corner ready for this ball as well. Passes over to Zolo. Zolo back to Tiber. Tiber not going to get there in time, though, as Turbo does sniff it out and get there in front just in time. As we're coming across the front of the net, it's going to be a nice shot opportunity. Actually bounces off of Tiber, and Marzi clears it out afterwards. A little bit of a lucky break there for Neptune.
Yeah, I thought that was going to cause a whole lot of commotion there in front of the net. Just makes things incredibly awkward. But it works out. Nobody there to capitalize for the side of Bet. So Neptune just makes for an easier clear with that ball being teed up there. 7 flip reset. Doesn't make contact using the flip. Good 50, though. It's going to allow Turbo to come in. Zolo off the corner. 0 boost. Doing his best to get whatever power he can. F1 towards the net. Marzi trying towards his corner. Zolo just going to make sure this ball dies. Actually opting to keep it up for a brief second. But we do hit the ground at 0 seconds. 2 apiece heading into Game 2 overtime.
As we'll have Marzi going here early. Doesn't have to get in the dunk. Starting out early in this overtime, it will be Zolo to get beat up by 7-7, trying to push it downfield. As 7 trying to keep the hopes alive here for Team Bet and maybe force a Game 3 here. Tiber trying to get in front here for Neptune. One bouncing back down to the corner, gets the boost. Has to come up to this one, though, gets beat out. It's going to be Marzi here on the back line. We'll get one touch. Has to get back in front of this one, and he does. Great little touch there afterwards. 7 has to find a perfect air dribble here if he wants to get over the defense. Ends up getting under 1. Actually gets Turbo to get involved here, too, for his team. We'll see Marzi just trying to keep this out of Neptune's half. And we'll end up just barely getting past the midfield as Turbo is going to be able to put a shot on net. It's going to be a little bit too high here. No real threat or danger, but it does force a double commit here. 12 boosts, and Tiber able to hold on for dear life, but 7 trying to get the shot in. It's going to be stopped out from Marzi, though. And again, a lot of shots coming out here from Bet, but just no real danger for Neptune.
That's one off his own ceiling. Gonna go the distance, actually, all the way into the blue side. Got a lot of power behind that. Unfortunately, there was no follow-up. 7 trying to dish it forward. Marzi, good dunk there over the top of Turbo. But either one of these teams see a bit disjointed right now. The first man is going in, getting a good play, and the second man just a little bit too far away to actually make anything of the play that their teammate did in front of them. F1 turning the shot from Tiber aside as he was still behind it. Turbo opting to catch this ball and dribble it. Gets a very good 50, but again, nobody there to capitalize, and neither one of these teams really wants to send any more than they have to get this goal in. They're perfectly fine playing safe and passive, and as I'm saying this, you know, it doesn't matter anyways. Just a really good shot there to collapse the defense and force that goal in.
Well, I mean, you're kind of making notes of it, though. I mean, finally, they actually put a third man into it. He was up past the half line for once. Say both teams, I think, were just a little bit afraid there in that overtime to really commit and give up a goal. But Neptune finally said, you know what, we're ready to end this series. And we're ready to make our way further into the winner's bracket of this tournament. And Neptune will take that victory. 3 goals to Marzi's name. Almost broke 1K there on the overall leaderboard. So great play there from Marzi. Definitely carrying Neptune to that victory.
Yeah, Marzi had a really good series there. And I think he recognized maybe my speech at the tail end of that second game going a bit too long. He was like, you know what, Quan? Shut up a little bit. Let me just score this. We're going to move on. We got games waiting on us. So I don't want to keep the bracket waiting. We're going to make this post-game incredibly brief. We'll have one coming right back to you. Anything you want to say, though, Ivory, before we take off?
No, I don't believe so. Our next matchup here will be Cracker Squad versus Neptune Esports, and we'll be right back, everybody.
Going nowhere.
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small. Money grows from my intuition. I just bought a crib, that's my first edition. People hate it when you claim a vision, but I use a static when I hit ignition. Hungry moves, I'm faster in a minute. I stay fresh to death, I'm in a mint condition. Forge a heat, no matter where I've been, and give me any place, and it'll be a kitchen. This how we flow to the top. I'm on a wave and it never gon' stop. I hit a 3, now we running the clock. 24 seconds, I still block your shot. I'm making this an eternal spot. Permanent stain in the flow, ink blot. Don't step to me when I get too hot. I'ma end your life and it's all you got. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small. Homemade flow, I'm a PVC. There ain't one player out doing just like me. Heart rate froze, check the EKG. I hate wasting time, no eventually. Routine work when nobody see.
Welcome back, everybody. It was a very quick little break there. Say, in general, we're just waiting for the overall two teams to get loaded into lobby, and we'll be jumping into this next series. Again, it'll be Cracker Squad versus Neptune Esports. We just saw Neptune take down Bet. Who do you have here, Quan? Who do you think is going to be taking this overall victory in this winner's semifinals?
You know, after what we just saw from Neptune, I gotta give it to them. They looked very dominant against that. Oh, camera fell. I'm getting a phone call, freaking out over here. In case you didn't know, my camera is my phone, but I'm gonna have to go with Neptune. Ivory, what about you?
You know what? Hey, Tiber's my boy. I've known Tiber for quite some time. You know, I think we're both going to be on the same page, and I think we'll both be picking out Neptune here for the victory. So we'll be getting loaded into this overall matchup, though. We have Cracker Squad of CG, Otis, and Hammy Crackers versus Neptune Esports. You just saw him here on the last matchup, but Zolo, Captain, Martzi, and Tiber. Cracker Squad starting off here early. Otis trying to play downfield, looking for one more into the middle, but it will be Martzi to clean it up here for Neptune. Pass. Going to be from CG. This stopped out from Zolo. Zolo, see if he can follow up his own touch. He's going to get beat out here on the far corner. Both teams just trying to get a little bit of a feel for one another. Tiber, nice little play here, though, able to get past one, past two, and he's going to be able to find it here early on in game one.
Yeah, very good swift start here. Tiber, just a one-man show. Taking it all the way around the corner, finding that demo, and then flipping into it as it rolled past the final defender. As I just got a quick look at Otis's car, I'm not sure if that's to throw off the other team or what, but there's a lot going on over there. Props to him. I noticed a few people like to take over the pitch with dramatic, extravagant car designs.
Oh, yeah, I just saw him. Yeah, that's kind of different. That's the speedy version of that car.
That's one way to put that.
Oh, man. We'll have Otis trying to clear it out here. Martzi does get in front of Zolo, trying to find one more shot here afterwards. Hybrid in an awkward situation, 2v1. Great play there, though. Able to get out there quickly. Realized they need to get out there fast. Martzi able to start out the shot from CG. A little bit of back and forth there, as does end up falling into the hands here once more of the side of Cracker Squad. Will be CG trying to get a solo play going. Nice little touch here initially, but Otis able to follow it up and will tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, they got the save, but they sent two to do it. They only needed one. Tiber somehow got there. He was falling from the ceiling and used the flip to get there, but it really just kills the ball with Martzi diving at it as well. It is Otis, the man, to come in and capitalize. So one apiece. CG avoiding a bump off of the kickoff and going to collect the ball, take an air dribble, attempting a double tap pass here. He does get towards the middle. Tiber will get enough of it to force it back into his own corner. Otis gets demoed, but not after he pushes the ball further along. Martzi Just trying to buy time, enough time to get that full boost. Here's Otis on net after the demo and a bump by Hammy Crackers as well. You know, the namesake for this team stepping up large and making sure that the net was wide open.
Yeah, Hammy going ham there on offense, able to find that demo and the bump there afterwards, able to secure that goal there for his team. Otis technically the one to get on his overall scoreboard, but Hammy Crackers sitting down there with 98 points, but definitely the reason for that goal. Cracker Squad are going to be able to go up 1 goal here as we are just about 3 minutes left here in game 1. We'll see Otis going to try and get up to this ball in time. We'll end up getting there first. We'll be straight in the hands of Zolo, though, of Team Neptune. Will be Tiber here trying to take a shot. Going to be a little bit wide, see if he can follow it up with a pass. Doesn't end up missing. It's a little bit of a fake, though. Zolo up. Marcy is going to get stopped here from Otis. Otis trying to get one more down here to CG. CG, see if he can get anything going here for the side of Cracker Squad, as it is just going to get pushed out here to the side wall. Zolo trying to find Tiber once more. The back and forth once again. Not going to be able to there. Hammy Crackers. Awkward touch. Miss Marcy. Going to be able to clean it up. I'm not sure what happened here, Quan, but they do find themselves a goal.
Yeah, disaster and a half. Otis, the shot from the crossbar goes barred down. Otis can't find the touch. It runs into Hammy back flipping. And because of that, CG is diving and panicking, attempting to make the save, and all that combines to nobody touching the ball whatsoever, turning into that second goal. So, we're all tied up, and CG with the mind games. This just gonna go in? No! He played it underneath somebody, was just gonna roll it into the net, but the rotation does come through for Neptune. Otis now to the backward. CG follow up, and he won't miss.
Yeah, great placement there from CG afterwards. They had a lot of pressure coming through off that initial mind game like you were talking about. You just literally left it on the ground and said, okay, I'm just going to dribble it straight here. And it forced out 2 defenders, and they're able to get at least a little bit of pressure off of it and find themselves a goal there for CG as they do go up by 1 with 2:20 remaining here in game 1. CG trying to get back around this one. We'll end up going for an air dribble here, possibly. Bangs it upfield over to Otis. Otis trying to go waterfall down one here. Otis gets stopped by Tiber. So Otis back again for Hammy. Hammy shot on net. Gonna get stopped though from Zolo. Zolo able to get a diving save there and keep the hopes alive here for Neptune as they still are only down by 1 with 2 minutes left. Still have a chance to be able to claw their way back here into game 1.
CG maybe has Otis as an outlet pass on the side wall here. He goes over the top, and Hammy was there, but just so much power from that little scoop from Otis that Hammy wasn't able to catch up to it. Otis now to CG. CG 50 onto Marcy. Hammy going to play patiently, and Zolo recognizes that, decides to go quick. Flick that around him. CG 50 onto Tiber. This ball will then ricochet all the way across the field. Zolo really just gave up possession there. Unforced error. Otis, big 50 there. But either one of these teams doing a really good job of meeting the opposition at the point of contact. There's been a lot of 50s, which has just led to this neutral zone play here. CG flick it to himself around Marcy. Zolo just going to leave way for Tiber here, and Tiber immediately going to dish it, but he actually beats 2 as somebody pre-jumped from the opposite end, but nobody wants to capitalize. It's almost like this Neptune Esports squad got scared after that third goal went in, and now they're afraid to commit. This could be it, though. Tiber towards the net. Really good drop-down shot there, Ivory.
Yeah, well done there from Tiber. Able to just stretch out just enough to beat out the third man back. Hammy in a very awkward situation. Kind of a 3v1 as you're seeing from Otis's POV there. So a little bit scary there for Hammy, and Tiber does not miss whenever he has that opportunity presented, and we'll end up making it 3-3 with 56 seconds left here in game 1. We'll see Marcy trying to push it downfield here for Neptune, looking for one more pass in the middle. Will be Otis to stop him out for a moment. It's going to be awkward there actually for the defense, and a little bit of a back and forth on the camera. I don't know what happened there. I just got whiplash, I think. My
Cameraman had a seizure.
But yeah, we'll have Tiber trying to collect it back here again for Neptune on their backfield, trying to slow the play down. Beats out 2 actually. Marcy not able to get there in time though. It's gonna be Otis here with the shot opportunity. Gonna be in. It will be Otis able to put it down and in the net for Cracker Squad.
Very crucial timing of the goal here. Good little 1-2 connection between CG and Otis. And Otis does well to play that around the last defender. 4-3, 30 seconds left on the clock. Hopefully our cameraman is well taken care of from this point forward. Zolo gets a good little chip forward. Hammy to the corner, looking for the double. Otis is also there. Otis was the one who got the touch. Zolo has to make a diving save attempt. This ball into the corner. Hammy 0 boost, just trying to cause some sort of commotion. And CG just buying time. I mean, Neptune can't break out of their half right now. Tiber throwing it forward to Zola. Zola the corner. No boost for the double. He's going to have to rely on Marcy. And Marcy towards the net, but it goes off the post and out. Cracker Squad going to take game 1.
Yeah, very close there at the end. At least they had the opportunity for Neptune to be able to try and find themselves a shot on net. Just a little bit too wide there. But at least they were able to get some overall pressure there late in the game. Like you were kind of talking about it, really after that that third goal, they were just a little bit afraid to really even commit second and third man. A little bit reminiscent of their previous series, kind of in that OT. Kind of looked like that. You know, for the most part, they were being very offensive from the games that we have been watching up until just this last couple too. They've just been a little bit, you know, eerie of trying to go for some of these plays, and you know, it's kind of coming back to haunt them as they will drop game 1 here, Quan.
Yeah, very good, strong showing here from Cracker Squad. They do remain on top. There's a joke to be had there, but not one I will make on stream. It is going to be Cracker Squad, excuse me. Threw in a little W there in place of the R. Quacko Squad. Moving in here to, you know, set themselves up well to make this run. I mean, we saw Neptune that previous game. They looked very dominating, but it's Cracker Squad. I'm putting my prediction to bed here with a, you know, maybe not convincing, but a win nonetheless in overtime.
Yeah, as far as on that piece, I think we both ended up picking Neptune to take this overall series, but you know, they still have time. You know, still 4-3 is very close. If Neptune maybe can get to the drawing board here between games 1 and 2, and maybe realize that their offense, they definitely have a potent and dangerous offense, but they just have to be able to commit to it and, you know, make it stick and make it happen. So Tiber trying to get it done here early, but it will end up missing this initial touch. Marcy gets beat out by Otis as well. So Zolo, stuck in an awkward situation, has to play it forward. Will be CG here to keep at the possession. Forward side of Cracker Squad. Zolo back in front. Otis does get it over to Hammy. Hammy trying to get a little bit of the solo play cooking here. Trying to get back around this one. Pass to CG. Going to be pushed out, though, for Tiber. And again, they're doing a great job here, at least starting out in game 2 for Cracker Squad, just holding on to the possession as it's back in front. Otis finds that shot. I think he just fell into that one, I believe.
I think he got bumped into it. I think Marcy was on him and just ended up bumping him mid-flip into the ball. And that was entirely calculated. I think without the bump, there's no shot he even gets there to hit that angle. But Otis is just that cracked, man. He can do whatever is required from him on the pitch. And what car is that? That might be the key there. Is that the Samurai? Is that what that is?
I think so. I only saw it just for a second. I think that's Samurai, though. I think you're correct. I could also be 100% wrong, Quan.
I could be too. That's why I asked you for some sort of confirmation there.
Good.
Regardless.
With two half brains, we'll make a quarter of a brain. I think that's how it works.
Maybe it's something like that. We're getting confirmation from the production team that it's a Samurai. This goes deep, guys.
We made it.
Oh, jeez.
That's CG going for the play here. We'll end up popping here out the back wall. It's Marcy here to push it out. Will be Hammy, actually Otis here to take possession just for the moment. Great beat though on 2. So Tiber, awkward situation. CG looking for the demo. We'll end up just forcing Tiber to get rid of this ball, but he does do a great job too. And we get around 1, bumps the second. Tiber doing a great job again here for Neptune, trying to keep this series alive here for them. As if they drop this game, they'll be going down to the lower bracket. Definitely don't want to be trying to fight your way through some of those BO1s there in the lowers. It will be Hammy over to Otis. Otis, pass back over to CG. CG shot, going to be a little bit too heavy though. We'll end up just pushing out to the corner as Marcy gets possession back here for the side of Neptune.
Marcy using whatever boost he had left to throw it towards the blue net. A little double commit there between Otis and CG. Going to open up some breathing room for Zolo to work with. CG will intercept that. Marcy decides to back off. That's a really great redirect by Otis. I thought that one's going to fly in, but does go off the crossbar. Attempted transition play there by Neptune, but not much doing. And Otis again to the crossbar. He's a crossbar warrior, crossbar hero. He's putting dents in that thing at this point, but still only 1 goal for Cracker Squad's name, as they're still thirsting for that second goal right now. That 50 onto Zola in the corner. Marcy gets it clear, but gets demoed for his efforts, and here come Cracker Squad right back the other way. 1-2-3 connection. Hammy just going to opt for the possession game with the back pass to CG.
You're talking about the dents in the crossbar. Is that what happens whenever I hit that crossbar every time I just put dents in there, and that's why the Bardowskis happen for other players? Is that what that is, Quan?
Yeah, it's a matter of time until it breaks. So just keep hitting it, Ivory, and I'm sure that maybe one day you'll find success.
Maybe. I don't know. That probably won't be anytime soon. Maybe Rocket League 2 will be out by that point. But we'll have Hammy trying to find the 50 here in the midfield. Otis also getting a 50, but pretty neutral there from both sides. Zolo trying to follow it up again here for Neptune. Gonna be back in front. Hammy gonna be able to deal with this one pretty easily. A CG plays it fake and great one at that, trying to get it past another great 50 again. And CG playing some mind games right now, and it's gonna be Otis pre-jumping. Not gonna be able to get it there in that Samurai. Will be Marzi to bang it downfield. Hammy. Awkward positioning here for their team on defense. You be careful, Zolo. Unfortunately, big whiff there though. And they're gonna be able to give away possession. It's a 2v1 here against Marzi. Otis trying to find that demo. Does get a bump, and it will be Zolo at least deals with the 2v1 pretty well there, at least by the tail end of it.
Artsy. Attempting one through traffic there in the midfield. There's two players from Cracker Squad that jumped for it. CG, awkward touch, and Hammy. What the heck was that read? CG got a weird diving touch on it, and Hammy had to correct with the flip, and I thought he was going to own goal for sure, but he played into his own corner. Great car control there by Hammy to keep it out of his own net and maintain this advantage for his squads. They're looking to close out the series. Otis at 50 against himself there in the corner against the sidewall. Really got him there. Tiber towards the backboard. Hammy looking to send this over the top one. Able to do it. Otis there for the follow-up, and that'll be the second. That might be the nail in the coffin, Ivory.
Yeah, great little play here. They leave that third man out. Marzi going for boost. I don't think he's really going to have too much of a chance, even if he did come back inward. So they were just going to have a little bit of a problem getting back into this play anyways. And 28 seconds left. We have 2-0 the lead here for the side of Cracker Squad. Otis goes AFK to start the third kickoff of the game. Don't know what that was, but hey, kind of worked out for him. Hammy trying to find one more pass in the middle. They're trying to just finish this game right now. A triple commit does come out, though, so it's an opportunity here for Neptune to make their way downfield. Marzi does end up pushing out to the corner. Fake comes through. Tiber shot low. Is going to find it, too. 12 seconds left. 2-1, and there is a chance here for Neptune.
Life is breathed into Neptune right now. They need to go in 12 seconds in order to stay alive. That's just to force overtime, but Tiber does well there to play it underneath the final defender. Let's see if any kickoff shenanigans come out here. A hard cheat there by Marzi, and ends up working against them as another shot comes on, but with the ball being still up at 0 seconds, they need to go the full length of the field. Tiber actually just killed it when he had a teammate waiting there, so they will fall flat. Cracker Squad, I almost did it again there, Ivory, throwing the W in there, will advance to the winners final. Well, they will face in our last matchup for the upper bracket.
The team, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, what? That's not confusing or anything to have a team named
I think that might have been their point. Have us look clueless up here when we go, well, yeah, they're gonna face
Yeah, they don't need to do that to make us look clueless. Don't worry, Quan. We got the handles ourselves. They're throwing some extra little curveballs for us.
I've already done it a few times tonight, so.
But yeah, we will be back here just shortly with that winners final matchup. We'll have Cracker Squad versus Team and I was corrected, so it wasn't a Samurai, it's a Chakra GT from our deep production of production chat. So don't worry, guys, we have NA production here. We have so many deep layers. It's like an onion, just peeling it back, and they figured it out for us. So don't worry, we don't even need to do any of the fact checking ourselves here, Quan.
Yeah, that's. We got it. We got it figured out. That's it might be an Oldsmobile out there on the pitch.
Hey, they need to put that into the game for old people like me. You know, I'd be driving out, I'd be cruising, riding dirty. But we will be back, everybody, here shortly. So make sure to grab yourself a snack. We're just going to get all the players loaded into the lobby here shortly, and we'll be hopping into our winners final matchup here just in a moment.
Every night I'll take you home. Yeah, when it gets cloudy, you're still heavy in the palm of your hands. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I hit your body, you're still holding till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never love nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise. Baby, I promise. Baby, I gotcha. Have you forgotten? I promise I ain't going nowhere. Baby, I promise. Baby, I gotcha. Have you forgotten? I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it gets cloudy, it's still heavy in the palm of your hands. I promise I ain't going nowhere. I got your body, it's still hard till the day that you can. Promise I ain't going nowhere. Could never love nobody like I want you, and I don't plan on leaving. I promise I ain't going nowhere. When it's too heavy, keep it steady, won't you until you stand. I promise I ain't going nowhere.
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall.
Welcome back, everybody. Once more, we are in the winners finals. Again, we have Team versus Cracker Squad. Say you got your predictions there up in the chat. Make sure to get those in for who you think is going to be able to take this series and move their way into the grand finals and punch the first ticket to the grand finals. Quan, who do you got?
You know, in a best of 5, I believe we have reached that territory.
Correct. Yes, best of 5.
Do I go with my same logic of saying, like, Cracker Squad looks so good last game that I think they'll take it? Because that's what I said about Neptune, and, you know, we know how that went. I'm going to say, just because their name's been giving us jokes the entire night.
Well, I was going to pick as well, so I'm going to change my mind, and I'll just say Cracker Squad, so one of us can be incorrect.
Be on the team together, Ivory. You always need adversity against one another.
Well, yeah, one of us has to be wrong. You got to pit it against each other, a little witty repartee. Come on, Quan.
Why can't we both be failures?
We are. What do you mean?
Yeah.
We'll have Jiro, though, trying to find a shot here. It's going to go under. It will be Zapdos able to find the goal here for and make it 1-0 starting out game 1.
It's a Zapdos. It's a Zapdos on who will get credit for the goal? Question mark? No, he will. He's got the first goal for his team. I promise that's a one and only time I will use that pun. As he'll find another good 50 here with 50 boost in the tank. Siebes, another 50. And this ball is just sort of hovering the same spot. All 3 players end up in the same side or same area for Cracker Squad, but they do find the save. CG, 50 onto Siebes. Here's Zapdos coming in here. And it's like you're he's making me mispronounce everything right now. It's like you're mispronunciating the legendary electric bird from Pokemon. Zapdos.
Hey, I'm guessing that's what it's going for there. Zapdos. Yeah, I think you got it down. No, Jura, and then I don't know what Siebes is. I don't know where that one comes from exactly. I can't get an in that one. But we will have both teams just trying to fight for possession. And I guess I didn't even actually introduce the teams. You know, it's great NA production we have here. So Team is A Zapdos. You've been talking about just a few hundred times already. We have Juro and Siebes, and the Cracker Squad of CG, Otis, and Hammy Crackers. We'll have Hammy Crackers trying to follow up this touch, trying to push downfield. And as Quan was saying there earlier, this is a best of 5. All the other ones were best of 3s leading up to this. So a lot of room for error, at least. If you drop game 1, definitely not too much really to look into. You can just change around a few little gameplay mechanics and maybe make your way back into the series. As Juro is going to end up finding a solo play here against Hammy, and going to be 50 up to Zapdos. Zapdos does get the reset, trying to find one more of a CG. Good 50 in front. Hammy in an awkward position. Siebes not able to find it in time, though, and Hammy at least able to keep it out of the net for the time being.
By the way, I think we have a crazier car competition here going on between Zapdos and Otis. Zapdos being responsible for the shot there. Turn aside last second by CG. Otis being the one pinching it back behind his teammate here. CG chipping it forward for Hammy Crackers. Siebes actually getting a pass to Hammy Crackers. I know that was unintentional, but it would have been a very good play had they been on the same team. CG towards the net. And Siebes will guarantee it doesn't go in. Here's Siebes. Tossing it down to himself, now jamming it into the middle. Oh, just looking for CG. CG to the ceiling. That's a really good read, though, by Zapdos to turn that ball aside. And Juro just has an open net to shoot at. The Us connect, and they'll get the second goal here for their team.
Yeah, just a little bit of a mistouch there from Hammy Crackers, and Juro able to gobble up that ball and put it down into the net. And we'll have 2-0 here for Team and they are leading quite comfortably as they do have 7 shots, 2 goals. To the 2 shots of Cracker Squad, not really able to find much offense thus far here for Cracker Squad. And I think Team is probably the first team that we've seen with a lot of offensive pressure, at least able to find goals so far in this tournament, Quan.
Yeah, it's not shots for the sake of shots. Oh my gosh, what a shot by Siebes. I mean, throw everything you want at the net if you're going to hit clips like this. What the heck? Look at this angle.
Yeah, that was an interesting angle that he's able to find on the backside of that one.
That's ridiculous. What the heck? Siebes, I mean, everything just completely was silenced there. Siebes, brilliant shot, and the orientation of his car was so awkward too. He definitely earned my respect, as here's Juro from the side wall. Jura. And we'll have to... I'll go with Jura, just for the namesake there. Oh, this towards the net, but it's really soft and from range, so while they do get credit for another shot, they haven't been able to generate the same chances that has done, and here's a 4th sinking in from a blazing shot out of Juro.
Yeah, 4 goals here thus far in game 1. A lot of offense coming out from the side of Team and they're a lot of offense coming out from Team just not able to really get any defense put together here for Cracker Squad. They have 4 saves, but just so many shots raining down upon them. They're going to make mistakes here and there, and it is showing. There's a lot of errors coming out in the 5th here for Jura.
Us been sitting here in the winner's final for a while. I believe at least a half hour. So you would have thought that the squad coming in harder would have done much better, at least in game 1. And it's Cracker Squad who find themselves down 5-0. Just completely getting outplayed right now by it's 10-3 in terms of shots, and it's us shooting 50% from the field. That's an incredible shooting or shot percentage to be able to convert that many goals. So props to them. It's going to be on Cracker Squad to figure out an answer defensively for this team, let alone offensively, if they're going to be down this much.
Yeah, and they're finding the goals, like you said, just the quality and the overall percentage of shots is definitely great. But on top of that is that really the shots that aren't going in, they're all still threatening as well. So every single play that's happening here against the side of Cracker Squad, they're having to force out and get rid of all of their boosts in the tank and just not really able to get much done here in game 1. So we'll need to at least switch up a few things here coming into game 2. 5-0. It's kind of unfortunate. It's not a fun time there for you. You get goose egg there in the first game, but just kind of have to brush it off here with, again, best of 5. Have a lot of time to be able to get themselves back into this overall series. And Quan, what do you think they need to do differently here for Cracker Squad to be able to get themselves back into it?
I think you alluded to it just then. I think the biggest thing is you just need to brush off the fact that, yeah, you got stomped this game and forget about it, right? You played best of 3s to get here. You're now in a best of 5. So now you yourself are playing effectively. You recognize the other team is now only playing a best of 3. You've done these series to get here. You just need to address the issues and take it one game at a time. Have the memory of a goldfish. It's a warm-up game. That's what this is. That's what they're telling each other in comms right now. It's just a warm-up game. So going into the second game, locking down the defense, really locking down the neutral zone first is the biggest thing. That's the key. Imagine the Rocket League field is like a seesaw. If you put too much, being able to balance in the neutral zone means you can tilt it either side, if that makes any sense. That might be a really weird analogy. But the point I'm trying to make is with control of the middle, you can control where the ball goes. And obviously, locking down defensively means you can generate out chances offensively, and I'm just explaining the game of Rocket League right now. But take one game at a time for Cracker Squad. That's the recipe to success here. And it was a really convoluted way of getting there, but we got there.
You know, chat might be reading the team name or just saying in general. A little long road, but hey, at least I followed you. You know, there's a little bit of a detour in the middle there, but we made it.
I
definitely
went on
understand
the
what you mean.
rant for sure.
But no, I get what you mean as far as in that portion. Definitely need to get at least a little bit more midfield tempo and control. They're having a lot of issues there trying to keep away the passing plays coming out from Team and really the solo plays too. Just need to try and get on top of these overall players from Team We'll see Juro trying to find one touch, trying to follow it up here. CG is up to it early. Finally, at least a little bit of aggression coming out from them. They're jumping on top of these plays before they can come to fruition. As Hammy Crackers finds one pinch down in the front. It's going to be Zapdos. Does end up missing. A little bit awkward here for him as they're trying to get out of their half. It'll be CG. Good 50. See if he can follow it up with another neutral 50 coming out. And we'll end up netting him a nice boost there at the midfield. Weird little pinch there actually off that back corner. Does end up getting a hold of it. And Wooly CG trying to follow up as we are scoreless though here in game 2. Zapdos trying to change it though. Hammy, nice save. Able to get back around that one. I thought he had a picture perfect highlight reel there from Zapdos, and somehow Hammy kept that one out.
That would have been the clip of all clips. Did you see where he took off from, Ivory? He was behind the ball and ended up touching it. And then, yeah, from the ball, like basically from the net, the orange net, he got around the ball, got the flipper set, and then got it back towards the net. That was ridiculous by Zapdos. What the heck? And now Juro, oh, what a save by Otis coming down from the top end to deny that one.
Yeah, I know we were talking about there just a minute ago as far as on Cracker Squad, just not really able to find the defense that they were looking for. Still no offense so far, but they are definitely coming alive here. This has definitely been a flip of the switch here for their defensive efforts thus far, as they are able to keep out every single shot, and they have been some great ones coming out from Team but it's only a matter of time that one will squeak in, so they need to find themselves some goals here too for Cracker Squad to keep it alive here for themselves. CG is going to find the 50 here on Jura. Will be Sieves trying to follow it up. Nice pass here in the middle of Zapdos. Zapdos bang on net. It's going to be top left. Not going to be able to get there. It's going to be missed again from Sieves, as both players going to end up giving away the possession here afterwards to Hammy. CG over to Otis. Otis does fake and will end up falling into the hands here of Team once more, as he does get demoed though before they can do anything with it. Ooh, the team bump there. One.
Oh, and I actually just turned. Oh, that's off the post. Okay, a really long time for them to finally get their composure again. That ball does go off the post. Here's Otis going the other way, looking for a delayed dunk there onto Zapdos. Hammy to CG. CG gets a piece of it. It'll fall down, but third man was on the rotation out, so they won't be there to capitalize. CG into his corner, unintentionally cutting off Hammy Crackers there, and Hammy Crackers will get the clear out to CG. CG gonna pop it forward. Here's a shooting opportunity. Hammy Crackers to the backboard, looking for CG again. And look at this dynamic duo down the pitch, Ivory.
Yeah, great little back and forth here from Hammy Crackers and CG. Just two little quick passes off one another, and CG places that perfectly. Maybe could have went it a little bit further to the left, but either way, he realized where the defender was, having to come down there off the ceiling and off the back wall, just wasn't able to get there in time. And that will be the first goal of the series here, actually, for Team Cracker Squad, as they're up by 1 here in game 2 with 1:50 left. CG bombs downfield, and Hammy trying to get the beat here. He's going to get a 50 here on Jura. Will be CG to take possession back, but actually gives it right back over to Sieves. Need to be careful here. A nice fortuitous roll there for CG. Able to follow it. Does go for the 50 down low. Does get beat though. It's going to be careful. Jura, double commit coming out here from side of Cracker Squad. Hammy Crackers needs to deal with this one well. Gets first touch, but it is out to Zapdos once more. Shot on net. CG has to get out for this one. We'll get one touch. Jura, again, just keeping possession here for the side of Team as they're having a lot of issues here for Cracker Squad just to get this out of their half. Zapdos off the back wall. Does get demoed. CG, great reach there. Able to clear it away just for the moment. But again, Jura just keeping it in for the side of Team and they're not letting go. They want this goal right now, Quan.
Yeah, the pressure's there, but despite how long they were in the orange half, they, their shot tally didn't increase. They were playing around with the ball in the corners in the neutral zone, but never getting it to the middle to create a genuine opportunity. And they are still down that goal. And, this is a very swift, very quick, and an effective turnaround here from Cracker Squad. I mean, we saw them drop last game 5-0 with no defense, no offense, no anything. Now, the offense is still, in question. Oh my gosh, what a save by CG, but the defense isn't in doubt as another brilliant save comes out for them.
I think the one big change that I like from Cracker Squad so far is that they're just going to these plays every single time against Team You know, they are having a lot of possession, like what we were talking about, but just nothing really coming of it, like you were kind of saying there. You know, no real actual threats on net because they're just keeping them in the corners and really keeping them at bay. As 5 seconds left, it's starting to count down. Otis, nice little flick forward here. Going to burn off a lot of time on the clock. Zapdos does have to beat him, gets bumped though, and it will be game 2 going the way of Cracker Squad as they tie up the series. And now we have a best of 3, Quan.
Yeah, what these teams are used to get here. So I guess that's how math works. You go from a BO7 to a BO5 to a BO3, but either one of these teams, they will take a game off each other, doing it in very different ways. In the first game was very dominant offensively. Didn't have to worry about the defense almost whatsoever. Cracker Squad this time around, just locked down defense. 4 shots on net, one of them found the back, and just let them come to you, and they did just that, turning away 6 of their 8 shots. The other 2 must have been off target. So Cracker Squad, they got the recipe, at least for this one game. Let's see if adjust going into game 3. Just turn the tables yet again back in their favor.
Yeah, I think we definitely hit the nail there as far as on the head. They were having a lot of issues from Team to be able to put it into the back of the net. They actually get goose egged themselves, but Cracker Squad, you know, 1 goal. That's not 5-0, right? Like what Team just did against them, but a win's a win. All you need is 1 goal. They're able to find it there, and they're able to hold on with their great defense. And they had 6 saves against the 8 shots there coming out from side of Team and we'll see if they can do it again here in game 3. Definitely a completely different squad there for Cracker Squad as far as on game 2, and we'll see if they can continue the great defense and able to bring it here to Team and we might have quite the series on our hands here, Quan.
We'll see how game 3 develops. I mean, it could just be a weird back and forth swing, but if Cracker Squad like evolved their game that much in the 60-second intermission, I would be surprised if couldn't do the same to revamp whatever offense they had. Because while they had the number of shots, they obviously weren't threatening enough to the defense. So we'll see what changes here. Zapdos underneath Otis, attempting to take it to their side wall, but unintentionally double jumps over it. Maybe change that dead zone a little bit, as this ball will make it right back out to the same spot on the wall where it was. Zapdos going to leave this for Siebes, so take a shot on net. Otis does well to turn the side though, and CG collecting the rebound.
Yeah, CG on a breakaway here opportunity. Siebes does get back just in time. Jura trying to pop it up. It will be CG looking for the solo play. Hammer Cracker's actually pre-jumping him. A little bit of a G2 play, but it does end up getting stopped out here from the defense of Team as Otis trying to keep the possession here for Cracker Squad. As Zapdos trying to get it away, and there's CG there holding on for the defense, or at least I should say the midfield presence of Cracker Squad. Hammy Crackers over to CG. CG back down to Otis. Otis not going to be able to find the shot he wanted, and he is going to force out Siebes, though. Does jump over it. Jura just trying to get it out of their corner, and finally, actually, this game, this is probably the first time I've actually seen them hold quite a bit of possession for Cracker Squad, Quan.
They're doing very well. They've adapted each and every, series, or each and every intermission, I should say, and it's obvious that this team is growing. They're they get harder over time, and that could be a disaster here for if they can't close out the series in the next 2 games. They're trying to get a shot on here. Double commit does come out, but it's into the corner where found no success in the previous 5 minutes. Here's Siebes from the ceiling, not able to connect, and Otis will take it from him. Attempt to go the distance. I believe he got the flip, but couldn't make contact with the ball. Siebes will guaranteed get the flip, and that one going under and off the crossbar. Jura won't be able to get there. Zapdos again, bar twice. It went bar down and back up to the crossbar and out. And after all of that, it's Cracker Squad now threatening on the blue net.
Yeah, that was a wide open look there. I don't know who took that last shot, that Siebes or who that was, but clanged it down off the bar once more. That was wide open. Everybody was out in the corner there for the side of Cracker Squad. Surprised that they end up missing that. And CG just pops it downfield and just goes in here, Quan.
I believe it was Zapdos who took that shot, who's also the one getting burned there. But, you can't fault him for that one, as your second and third man are both rotating out at the same time. Something must have happened, whether it's a bump or some sort of, miscommunication there. because obviously they shouldn't be on top of each other diving for that save. So it's going to be a 1-0 lead, potentially 2-0 here. It's a little bit awkward in front of the net, but Cracker Squad doing well to show the offense this time around. They were persistent, they got a good shot, and they're leading in shots over right now. So Cracker Squad, a complete turnaround from what game 1 was, and the defense holding true, as strong as ever.
Yeah, I think they're kind of getting under their skin here for Team as far as in that portion too, is that a lot of these guys seem a little bit tentative to come to these plays now. They're getting beat out on a lot of these balls from Cracker Squad, and that, just like that, third man's gone again, and CG able to get another one. That's 2 back-to-back. He's just hitting from midfield and just able to find these open nets.
I think your point there is perfect, Ivory, that they're getting frustrated. They're in the head of this team because, you know, wouldn't be sending their third man like that unless they were desperate for a goal. And because the defense from Cracker Squad is holding on so, like, surely, they have to send that extra man. But in doing so, they've been burned not once but twice now in this game alone in doing that. So, you know, Cracker Squad doing very well here to set themselves up for success. So they find themselves up 2-0 with only a minute and a half remaining. A demo attempt coming out, but the shot isn't even remotely near target. And they'll still need to find 1, let alone 2 more goals to force this game into overtime. Oh my gosh.
That was a crazy pre-jump for Otis. I saw him up and I was like, okay, he's actually doing that. Oh man, but he does end up finding the read. It's back down on his side though. Jura trying to find a pass. Will end up getting demoed here on the corner. CG gets beat from Zapdos. Nice bang downfield though with a minute left. And the time is ticking away here for the side of Team in game 3 as they're trying to get their second victory here for the side of Cracker Squad. CG trying to get back around this one, looking for a little bit of solo play. Nice fake, able to get down Otis. Back over to CG. Demo does come out from CG. Hammy Cracker is just trying to get one slight touch here. It will be a double commit force though from the side of Team And again, so much time just wasted. Ooh, actually CG, big mistake here. Opportunity maybe is available. Otis, great clear though, and it's gonna be Steve's there to pick it up against Zapdos' first touch. Hammy Crackers trying to get back around it. And again, Cracker Squad is doing such a phenomenal job on these defensive takes. You know, they look scrappy, but they're able to make it happen every single time as Otis trying to get back around. There's 10 seconds left. 2 goals to be had. Steve's shot on net going to be stopped out from CG, though, holding on here for their Game 3 victory. And that will be Game 3 going the way of Cracker Squad as the defense prevails here. Good defense wins championships, Quan.
Yeah, but with that being said, they even had the better offense. Like, they took more shots, they got more goals on the board. Obviously, it's just the defense being the biggest difference here between these two squads. And Cracker Squad just time and time again putting themselves in front of these shots, making these immaculate saves, and at the same time, they're challenging the possession. As soon as enters their half, there's somebody on the ball, and if they get a little bit deeper, the ball's just immediately forced into their own corner. They're fine with the ball sitting in their half as long as it's not in that center third line of the field. If it's in one of the corners, by all means, keep it there. You can't score from there. We trust our defense to defend you from there. And they're doing such a good job of just limiting the shots that has to very low scoring, low percentage opportunities. And the recipe is working very, very well here for Cracker Squad as they find themselves on match point.
Yeah, they definitely completely did a 180 there from game 1. Their defense looked really shaky, weren't able to really match up with Team at all. I think we kind of talked about it in between intermission. Maybe they're just listening to us, Quan. You know, they started jumping onto every single ball that Team was even trying to go for on the solo plays and really just bringing it to them. And it's made it really awkward for Team and they're just not really able to counteract what the changes have been here for the side of Cracker Squad. So we'll see if Team does switch things around a little bit. I think their main mistake that they've been making so far, they're still playing good Rocket League, but they just keep taking that third man out of the rotation completely. The rotation is very, very awkward. They're trying to send everybody to the house for these offensive plays, and they get stopped out, and the counterattacks are really just simple ones. CG with 2 of them that game, Quan, just popping it downfield and finding 2 goals.
Well, can you blame them, though? They're scoreless through 10 minutes now. Like, it's so frustrating in a game that's as quick and fast-paced that Rocket League is, especially when you see the ball go towards the net so many times that you don't end up with a goal. Like, I can understand why they're doing it, but they also need to recognize that they shouldn't be doing it because it's what's cost them a couple of their goals.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too, though, I agree. I think as far as on like the one thing that I haven't really seen them being trying to get into, which Cracker Squad did quite a bit, just saw it on your screen, it's just demos and bumps. Really, they haven't been throwing those out there too much. I think it's been Hammy Crackers. He's been doing some great work there, just kind of keeping everybody on their toes for the side of Team and really just makes it a little bit scary. And nobody's really doing it for Team Every single player seems like they're a very mechanical player, but that's all they're really going for. There's no scrappy player really just making those kind of nitty gritty plays here for them.
Yeah, if you're not making those score opportunities yourself with your mechanics and whatnot, it needs to be forcibly open for you. And Cracker Squad, as you point out, doing a much better job of it. We're scoreless through a minute and 15 seconds thus far. Zapdos not able to connect on that one, but he does bait in Otis. This one's really awkward. Zapdos took his time when he didn't have it. Oh, Cracker Squad to crash in on that ball. Hammy Crackers with the flip reset, attempting it. But it couldn't get there before Siebes got the save. Juro round one, round two. Zapdos too far, though, before Hammy Crackers comes through with third man rotation. CG goes back towards the net.
Yeah, good presence here from both teams in the midfield. Neither team really giving up too much of an inch, as there really hasn't been too many threats. Really, there's 3 shots for Cracker Squad and 1 for Team but nothing really coming to too big there. And that's the first one right there. Those Zapdos back down in front. CG again, another big save. And the scrappy defense just continues working wonders here for Cracker Squad, as every single time you think Team is going to be able to find themselves a goal, somebody just shows up from Cracker Squad and able to find the save right on the goal line. Otis trying to find a little bit of a solo play here. Gets up over one. Juro doesn't game beat. Siebes awkward here. Forces the double commit. It'll be Zapdos come out to the ball. Does get demoed in the meantime, too, again from Hammy Crackers. I was just talking about a minute ago about demoing. Comes through and able to find himself another one. Siebes looking for the solo play. Good. Again, just a little bit too high. Even on the times that they have the defense out, Quan, they just end up barely missing and hitting the crossbar.
Oh, this to the backboard. I thought that might have turned into an opportunity. But yeah, you're 100% right. Like, they do finally do all the work, and then they can't bury into the net. This could be a chance. Siebes does get it in, and they break their drought. It took just over a whole 13 minutes.
Oh.
Or just under 13 minutes of Rocket League for that goal to go in.
I think he was missing. I think he pinched it in, actually. Or at least it was very close to missing. Yeah, that's what it looked like. But, yeah, either way, I mean, it goes in. Maybe it would have trickled in there from Siebes, but either way, not able to find the save there for Cracker Squad. And down by 1 here. Nice little bump there coming out. He does get Zapdos out of the play. As Siebes, at least with a little bit of confidence here maybe now, after getting his first goal there in quite some time. Trying to get a solo play, but it will be CG for the side of Cracker Squad. Finally, a demo coming out here for the side of Team Looks like they're starting to at least take a page out of Cracker Squad's book. Zapdos, nice little musty. Oof, almost found it too. CG able to stress and find that save as Otis does pop it downfield. Can he get back around to this one? Doesn't have the boost to get there in time. Siebes will clean it up here for Team
Siebes leaving it for Juro. Juro looking in the middle, but cut off by CG. He's done very well to read these projected passes time and time again. It's always CG the man stepping in the way and intercepting that ball. Here's Siebes. He has a man in the middle and Zapdos looking for him, but Zapdos decided to bail once he saw that Siebes was a little bit awkward on that side wall. CG. This one's going to waterfall down. It's going to be a really tricky read. Going to the corner was the ball, but with only a minute left, it's now in Cracker Squad's hands on how to get this game equalized. And, you know, they've had offense, but it's mainly only been transition plays or like one really spectacular team play. And with the time ticking down, I don't know if they're going to have the opportunity to set that up, but they have to go towards being that goal down. And so, yeah, it was only a matter of time. Demo comes out, Siebes has an open net to shoot at, and this one looking comfortably in his hands.
Yeah, finally, they're going for it there. Jura has been the guy who's actually got a few of them that whenever we started commenting on it a little bit, he's starting to get scrappy. He's getting in there, be able to find these demos, these bumps, and really he's kind of opened it up twice now for their team, be able to get them a little bit more room and find some of these takes. You know, Cracker Squad, they're doing a great job on their defense as a 3-man set, but you get rid of one player, you're down to 2. You're going to finally find some cracks in the armor, and they're able to find themselves some goals. Zapdos trying to get the solo. Nice bump there. Zapdos doing it all on his own and finds the 3rd goal here for Team
Yeah, if it wasn't over at 2 goals, it definitely is now. Zapdos, brilliant solo play. Air dribble, flip reset with the bump included. The trifecta involved in that goal. 3-0 in favor of and they will be able to force a game 5 here for who books their ticket into the winners, or the grand final, excuse me. Loser will go down to the lower bracket and face the winner of Bet and IndiaNet. Either one of those teams we saw on stream, they will be making their return if they do win. This ball will hit the ground, and we're headed to game 5, Ivory.
We aren't going to have Bet and IndiaNet on the same screen where we can do some rhymes, Quan? Come on now. Hey, now you kind of ruined my night knowing that we can't cast that now.
Apologies. We could have IndiaNet.
That's true. Hey, it's close. So we get some more us in the chat.
Yeah.
But yes, we will have Team able to take this one 3-0. So great little comeback here for them to be able to keep their hopes alive. And really, now it's back down and just comes down to one game. Simple mistakes can really come out and shine here in this overall matchup. And I think both squads have definitely shown their prowess as far as on what they're able to do and what they're capable of. I think Team and Cracker Squad, they definitely have it down and have an understanding of both one another now. And really, it just comes down to this last game here, Quan. Say really one mistake that can be the tide turner here for them and be able to find a grand final ticket as far as on the first one here to the grand finals this bi-weekly.
Yep, and getting that ticket early means you get that extra game win in your pocket, as we will start in game 2, technically, when we go hit to the grand final. So definitely something to play for. Not only does it, give you a better shot at the money, but it helps you in the series to actually win the $100 prize pool. So either one of these teams going to take the pitch on Champions Field here for our final game 5. You wouldn't have it any other way. Champions Field, so iconic, and we are underway here, Ivory. I'm excited for what these teams have in store for us.
Yeah, we will be starting out here in game 5. Both teams trying to secure this victory. Now down to one game. Both teams have been playing very well throughout this whole entire series. We'll see who's going to be able to make it or break it. And we will have at least one star player, most likely. I think I'm going to pick out Hammy Crackers here for the side of Cracker Squad, as CG maybe trying to prove me wrong a little bit. He said, you know what, maybe I'm going to be the star of this game here, Quan.
I mean, CG's done it time and time again. On the opposite end, I'd probably be looking at Zapdos. They can tend to make a few errors mentally, but the mechanics just beyond impressive for that player on the field. And if there's anybody who's going to be able to pull off some spectacular solo play, it is them. Here's Zapdos with a 50, setting up Seed for a shot on net. That'll go off the post. Juro will meet Otis in contention over that ball. Siege to the side, or Hammy Crackers, excuse me, to the side while being out too. Now Mind Gaming Siebes, he does just enough to take that 50 and gets a little help from Juro in the process.
Dude, Hammy making me look wicked smart with his big wicked smart plays, and we will have a nice little mind game, able to find that 50 pass 2 and get the first goal here for the side of Cracker Squad. Hammy Crackers able to get themselves on top here early on. We'll see Siebes trying to find the second kickoff here for the side of Team coming up around it. We'll end up missing here on the back wall for Cracker Squad. Hammy Crackers does end up banging it downfield though. See if he can follow up his own touch. Nice 50, does get it past 1. Not able to get it past the second though, as it will be Juro trying to get it away, and Otis will find the possession back again once more for side of Cracker Squad. As we're a minute and a half into this game, and Cracker Squad still leading by 1. We'll see what Team can do to be able to get themselves back into game 5 here.
This ball going off the corner. Otis collecting. Siebes taking it from his hood, looking for an equalizer for his squad. A Zapdos gonna dribble this into Juro's car. That one going back the other way. CG to the corner, looking for help. Otis doesn't want to commit. Recognizes Siebes has control and takes a really good air dribble 50 there as well. Hemi Crackers now to his own corner, going to pinch it. I think he wanted a little bit more power on that one. And it's just the defense. We saw this recipe for Cracker Squad a couple games before. They got the goal. they lock down. You can tell they're not pressing right now. They're just keeping their second and third man pretty much at bay at the midfield line and letting come to them. I think we're going to see another defensive showing, but not for that long. I was just about to throw it to you, Ivory, and I got rudely interrupted by Juro's goal here.
I think that's a little bit of Caster's curse there, Quan. You're praising him, and then all the defense just broke down. Nobody there to make that play, and they do end up conceding there the goal, and it will be tied up, though, with half of the game remaining here in Game 5 as Jura bangs it downfield here on this third kickoff. Will be CG up here on the back wall trying to find Hamby Crackers. Maybe go for it himself, CG. Does get beat out from Zapdos. Zapdos trying to find the shot himself. Nice little touch here from the back wall for the defense of Cracker Squad. Otis trying to get into this play himself. Will end up going for a little bit of a flick. Nice pass one. Gets the second bump. Actually finds himself some boost too. Will be CG here waiting. Looking for the solo play. Gets pre-jumped instantly from Zapdos and does get bumped though in his effort to get this downfield as well. Hammy Crackers. A little bit of an awkward play there. He wanted to be giving away his possession. And Siebes is going to be able to push it downfield here for the side of Team Pass. A little bit too heavy though. And neither team really able to crack the code here yet for their second goal. Will be CG trying to push it past Siebes. Will be Hammy Crackers past the CG. CG was not quite ready for that one though, as it is stalling out here in the midfield. Demo onto Otis as well.
Siebes over the top of CG. Hammy Crackers will be fumbling the ball here. Very awkward in the corner too, with Otis essentially running into him. Hammy Crackers playing around the back of Siebes. Zapdos from the sidewall. That one's going to hit the upper 90 and come back out. He hit the little fork in the post there. Juro awkward. Very awkward. It's helped from Zapdos here. CG into the corner. Tossing it towards net. Juro diving save with the backflip. Able to reposition himself very well too to help out Siebes. A little bit too far away, though, on that challenge. Otis waiting. He's just going to stall out for Hammy Crackers. The diving save comes through for Siebes. And CG hits the post. That was the play drawn up for Cracker Squad, and it doesn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, that was just awkward on all accounts there. I think it was Otis who initially was taking the shot. He ended up missing the ball. He was trying to be a little bit too cute with it and doesn't end up gaining any power on it, so they're able to save it just in time. And CG misses the wide open net there. And Hammy trying to put it away. He's going to get stopped out from Zapdos. Zapdos trying to play it forward here for the time Team will try and find a little bit of a musty flick here himself. Does end up 15 here into the corner. Will be Otis to follow it up. One touch off the ceiling. Trying to find one more here. Going to get beat out though from Siebes. Siebes trying to beat CG here into the corner. Will be CG. Does get first touch. Zapdos going to be able to have a little bit of room here. The bumps are coming out. It's going to be a pass in the middle. Juro is going to get stopped out at the goal line here from side of Cracker Squad, but the shot a little bit too wide. Hammy Crackers realized it was. Hammy Crackers now going to be able to get the opportunity here to Otis. Otis going to get stopped out from Juro, as it maybe is going to be the last chance here for Team and we will have OT here in Game 5 here, Quan.
Either one of these teams jockeying for a ticket into the top two, into the grand final. CG over to the sidewall. Hammy Crackers gets a piece of it. Siebes pushing back downfield for his team. Juro collecting it in the corner. Diving at it was Otis. Now Siebes will punch it forward. CG gonna rise up to it. Has Otis for a little outlet. That's a really good 50 though by Zapdos. Hammy Crackers enough boost from the side. Oh, he has a man in the middle as well. But he didn't want to commit. CG didn't want to throw himself there as the third man. Instead, he'll collect and go for a solo play, but met by two there. He'll just keep possession for his team.
We'll see Hammy, awkward position here. It's going to be off the back wall, back down in front. It's going to be awkward here for Hammy. Hammy able to get one touch. Jura trying to find one more pass in the middle. Will be Otis here to collect for the sign of Cracker Squad. Will be stopped out from Zapdos here off the back wall. Hammy Crackers can get there in time. It's going to be a waterfall straight down. Somebody's going to get there in time for Jura. Will be Jura to get there for his team. A nice beat there on two. CG trying to scramble back here on defense inside of Cracker Squad. Will end up having to go around the world here on his back wall. See if he can get it past the first attempt here of Siebes. Will end up doing just that. Does get stopped there from Zapdos though, so they do force the play away for the side of Cracker Squad. Jura, not the best first touch. Need to be careful here. Hammy Crackers actually does get beat though. CG in a very awkward position, getting bumped around. Siebes does miss the net though. Siebes had the golden opportunity once more, and they're not able to find the back of the net, and will be a demo here on Zapdos as well, so they'll be able to spell at least a little bit more possession coming out for the side of Cracker Squad.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be something wish they had back. With the bump coming out, Siebes had an open net to shoot at and missed it wide left. Hammy Crackers now has an opportunity to punish. He had an open net to shoot and he didn't take it. Siebes came up from, I think if he shot at that far right side, he would have been able to get it in. I recognize he had a little boost, but he opted for the pass instead when nobody was there. A little bit of lack of communication between this Cracker Squad team. Juro touching it briefly down in his corner, then finding a good dunk and playing it around one more. Otis, really good challenge there, though, as the third man. Playing it towards the net. Double Quint comes out, but they do get the save regardless. And with nobody there to follow up for Cracker Squad, it will be breaking out down towards the other side of the field.
As we do have 2.5 minutes elapsed here, Otis just bangs one downfield. Comes back the back wall. Could be very awkward here. CG to put it away. CG puts it on the board, makes it 2-1. Cracker Squad take the winners final, and they will make their way into the grand finals here of the BeDistinct Esports 3v3 tournament.
All it took was one, just a booming clear down the field. It goes off the backboard. CG with the perfect read, bearing that one into the back of the net, saying, hey, Ivory, why don't you make me the person to watch? Why'd you pick Hammy Crackers? Look at me. I got the overtime goal. So we will be seeing Cracker Squad again at some point in the grand finals, but their opponent still TBD. It'll be a competition between and the winner of Bet and Indianet, which is still undecided, if I am correct on that. Somebody can correct me if I am not, but we're waiting on that result, and then we'll come to you with the losers final into the uppers, or the grand final, excuse me. We just did the upper final. But that was a brilliant series there, Ivory. Game 5 overtime for a ticket into the grand finals. I mean, come on.
Yeah, a fantastic series all around. Yeah, you got Game 5 OT. I don't think there's much more that we can really ask for as far as on casters and especially as chat. Some exciting Rocket League that we have here this evening, but we still have more. That was just our winners finals. We got more here. We're going to be having the grand finals here in just a little bit. We do have Cracker Squad able to get the first ticket there, so we'll be going down to the losers final here next. As Quan was saying, we have Bet and Indianet playing in the losers semifinals, so we'll be back with the losers finals here shortly. So we'll take a quick break. So if you need some water, probably like Quan and I do, a lot of screaming in that game, a little bit of hype. So if you guys need some overall quench and thirst, I don't blame you. Make sure to grab your drink, grab a refreshment, and we'll be right back.
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say let 'em, I ain't moving small. Money grows from my intuition. I just bought a crib, that's my first edition. People hate it when you claim a vision, but I use a static when I hit ignition. Hungry moves, I'm faster in a minute. I stay fresh to death, I'm in a mint condition. Forge a heat, no matter where I've been, and give me any place and it'll be a kitchen. This how we flow to the top. I'm on a wave and it never gon' stop. I hit a 3, now we running the clock. 24 seconds, I still block your shot. I'm making this an eternal spot. Permanent stain in the flow, ink blot. Don't step to me when I get too hot. I'ma end your life and it's all you got. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say let 'em, I ain't moving small. Homemade flow, I'm a PVC. There ain't one player out doing just like me. Heart rate froze, check the EKG. I hate wasting time, no eventually. Routine work when nobody see it, but I ain't feel the stress, I know it's meant to be. 30 beats, I'm on a killing spree. I made every song in my discography. Yeah, that's every cent, every dollar. I ain't tryna listen to a broke scholar. Making moves to make the money taller. To the cash topping on the Eiffel Tower. Labels calling, I won't wear the collar. With my own drive, I can take it farther. Do it myself, don't ever bother. Been self-made now, shout out to my father. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tactic, do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say let 'em, I ain't moving small.
Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time sinking into the silence, reaching out for something you may never find, looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. To lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know.
Won't you come over? Dying to know where you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like our future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're headed straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
Silently, I'm breathing. Try to fight the omens when you're all asleep next to me. Caught my eye, you were something new, not refined and polished. You were simply you. Two as one is complicated, beautifully intimidating. Want to want me, but I hate it. Want, but I hate it. Want, but I hate it. Want, but I hate it. In your arms while my head's a mess. Not the perfect timing. Never planned to be somebody's. Thought that I was in need of you. Now I find it boring, and you stuck like glue. Two as one is complicated, beautifully intimidating. Want to want me, but I hate it. Want, but I hate it. Want, but I hate it. Want, I hate it. You said you couldn't live without me. 3,000,000 miles away. You're crying, telling me you're broken. Your fix is just a game. And all of the tears you're trying to fake will keep you alone when you're
Roller coaster ride and I've been coasting, trying hard to forget. Going back and forth and you're ignoring, was it something I said? Turning pages, getting by. I'll be patient and you take your time. If you wanna take the long way, then baby that's okay. Out to Brooklyn, back to Broadway. Could you help me navigate? Try not to get too lost in the distance. You'll never know just what you were missing. If you wanna take the long way, then that's the way we'll take. Trying not to keep it complicated, I'ma leave it instead. Paint the picture,
Welcome back, everybody, to our losers final. We have Team who just got knocked down from the winners final against Cracker Squad. We just saw that on stream in that grueling best of 5, losing in OT, unfortunately. So we'll see if they can bounce back in this losers final, as we do have Bet, who worked their way all the way throughout the losers bracket and able to find their way into the lowers final here. Quan, who do you got?
I'm going Bet this time around. You know, 7 leaves a sour taste in my mouth with all the situations that are going on. But regardless, you know, if they've made a run through the lower bracket that's this long, I'm going to give them credit for making that run, and I'm going to put the momentum in their side. So, I'm guessing you're going because you don't like...
I'm not saying I'm going I'm saying is going to clean sweep them 3-0. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to be a little bit different.
All right, well, they're starting off really well here. A goal in only 28 seconds, and it didn't take long. What happens if they don't clean sweep? What's your excuse? Because a caster always has to have one.
My elbow was broken or something. I don't know. Something crazy like that. Yeah.
It's fitting.
Yeah, people have a tingle in their elbow or in their knee when it's about to storm, and you know that's what happened here. That's pretty much what we're gonna blame it on. But we do have both teams in the overall matchup. Nice little shot here from Zapdos, though, making it 2-0 here early for Team as they're coming alive on their offense, just kind of like what they were doing there early on in the winners final matchup here, Quan.
Yeah, it's you know, they won that one 5-1. They're currently on pace to win this one about 9-0. So,
you know, they might win it 7-0.
Oh, I like the T. That would be very fitting. 7, looking to propel his team to cut this lead in half after an early 2-0 deficit. Here's Zapdos looking to get this one into the middle. Maybe 0 boost. He's going to fall with the ball. Let gravity do all the work for him. And then grab a pad and immediately back up into the ball. A little bit of a weird reaction as... Oh no, the net was completely clear and 7 was the one who saved it, flipping away from it. I don't know, like, with an open net to shoot at, just go to the corner. Like, it should be in the net anyways.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what is happening. No, really, what is happening?
I don't fully know either.
Turbo scores after whatever that crazy sequence of events was the last 30 seconds. Everybody just misses the ball in the field, and then Jura decided to look at the ball to bounce up to Turbo. And yeah, now they're only down by 1 here, Quan. That was probably the most interesting casting event that I've watched in a little while.
Yeah, this is a much needed reset here at kickoff, and it's just going to turn to a demo and a goal going back the other way. Demo onto the challenging member to Sieb's shot. Sieb sees it, says, okay, yeah, I'm shooting it. I don't think F1 could have even gotten there with how late he landed. But regardless, after that wild commotion to get that goal for Bet, it's just immediately equalized from a kickoff goal by We're already 4 goals in after about 2 minutes of game time played. More goals than we've seen in the majority of games thus far. So,
yeah, at least the offense is coming alive here for really, again, for the side of Team and it's kind of scary when they're firing all cylinders. They were kind of showing it off there against the Cracker Squad, and when they get cooking, they get pretty scary pretty quick.
Yeah, and maybe it's a case of a team that burns hot.
No, really, what is happening?
What? Both goals that have been scored by Bet are just absolute gimmies by The first one, like, nobody touched the ball for a solid 30 seconds. That one, Juro just own goals. What is going on, Ivory?
Well, I thought initially he pre-flipped and like just like landed on it, but no,
He
he like
drove
stopped.
into it.
Yeah, he drove into it.
He was well aware of what he was doing. I don't know. This must be part of their game plan. What the strategy is, I couldn't tell you. But it's got to be intentional with both those goals going in the way that they did.
I just want to know, is it through like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal? What's the payment method through for that own goal?
It's not even like, maybe they're like, yeah, we'll split 50% of the winnings, but like this isn't even grand finals. This is like, it's losers. Like, unless they're paying them off to get there and then they just have like a net loss no matter what if they win or lose. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, maybe there's people betting on the series right now, and if they only win plus or minus one goal, that's what it is.
It's fixed, yes. Yeah, they're staging the prop bets on the game.
Yep, fixed tournament. Knew it. Called it. We'll have a 50 coming out, though. Siebes able to find the fourth goal here for Team as they've been playing a lot of low ground 50s in this series. All jokes aside, they've been doing a lot of groundwork here, and it's kind of paying off for them so far, Quan.
Yeah, the majority of their goals have come off of those mind games or just really the brute force 50s into the back of the net as they do extend their lead to twice the goal count of Bet. This ball bouncing awkwardly. I think Siebes is waiting for his teammate to go, but he ends up going regardless. And look at the fake. Oh, 7 able to get there, but I was going to bring up a point to the mind game and the ground play that we were just talking about. Siebes put it on show there. Does get turned aside by 7, however, as he was coming back on his rotation. Here is Juro off the backboard into the middle dangerously, and only a minute left on the clock. Bet need to get 2 in their pocket here, Ivory.
Yeah, I'd say as far as on their overall gameplay so far, their only 2 goals have came off of really Team Up. So Team Up's got to score everything. I don't know exactly what Bet needs to do differently.
6-0.
Yeah, essentially. But Turbo trying to put one on net will end up going over to Juro. Juro scared me a little bit. Thought he was going to own goal one more time. Thought he'd go for it, but he doesn't. You know, he's keeping it two up. It's all right so far. We have Siebes, though, off the back wall. One game, one touch, trying to find the air dribble. We'll get it past 1, and Eth1 will end up popping it downfield 7, getting some good bumps going, though. Eth1 does end up missing the opportunity. It's a little bit awkward of a bounce there coming off the back wall as they do end up scooting their way back downfield here for the side of...
Did I lose you? What happened?
I think I'm back now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hello.
That was weird.
Well, we got
production.
10. Yeah, it's always production's fault. It could never be us. We got 10 seconds left on the clock, and this game's pretty much over. It's gonna be taking it. Responsible for all 6 games we've seen this match, and it's you know, if you discount the scoreline, looks much closer than it actually is. Bet didn't put together any genuine chances for themselves. It was just weird misplays, weird miscues for the side of us defense that enabled those goals to go in. And I don't know what to tell you. It's looking very dominant going into the rest of the series. They're setting themselves up well, and Bet's going to need to come up with some real genuine answers, just like Cracker Squad did against
Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what that's going to be, though, because even for that case, at least Cracker Squad showed some, you know, moments of defense. I don't think, yeah, Bet was pretty much a dead fish in the water that game, unless they really need to get some life under them. I thought they would have came out of the losers bracket with like a little bit more tenacity. You know, you made this big long run, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe they're just out of energy. You know, they kind of hit this losers final, and they're kind of hitting a brick wall now with Team coming out of that winners final, because Team definitely a fantastic team, as they're showing here right now. So Team Bet is going to have to really kind of step up their game and be able to bring it to Team to have a chance here, as they do go down 1 game, but more than enough time. It's a best of 5, so 2 more games here to Team to make it to the grand finals, and Bet at least does have some time here to be able to correct some of their actions.
Let's see if the corrections are enough. Let's see if they learn from their mistakes, if their bad behavior is addressed. So they will take the pitch here for this game 2. This one is the best of 5. I've mentioned that once before. I'll mention it again. So it'll be 2 more games for to close out the series, and or 3 for Bet before this game is all done and dusted.
The grand finals is the best of 6.
The grand finals is technically a best of 6. Yes, it's a best of 7 on one end and a best of 5 on the other. Combine those two, you get a best of 6.
That's math, folks. Don't worry.
Yep. If both teams win 3 games, that's a tie. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
We have Turbo here kicking it off. We're trying to get it downfield here to 7-7. Shot on net. Going to get stopped out from Sebs, though, coming out from the heavens. Able to get that save and keep it out of his net. Will be another shot coming in. Will be 7. Does get stopped out once more from Siebes. Siebes doing a good job here for the defense of Team thus far in Game 2. As we do have a little bit of back and forth here in the midfield. F1 trying to find Turbo. Turbo here off the ceiling. Going to be over to 7. 7 shot on net. Going to be stopped out once more from Siebes. 7 putting a lot of shots on net, but Siebes dealing with every single one of them. A little bit of a back and forth battle just between these two. All the other players on the pitch, I haven't really seen much out of them so far, Quan.
No, it's like everybody's watching. We're watching a little show match here. F1 staying it away from his corner. Good 50 there by Zapados. Juro getting beat out here by Turbo, and 7's there in tow, supporting him along the way. Zapados possession on the sidewall. Just gonna flick it out into the middle. Really no recipient there. He just wanted to get rid of the ball with the incoming challenger, but just gave a possession to Turbo regardless. And Turbo will not let go of this ball. He is always involved in this play. Zapdos almost getting the redirect there from the sidewall, but now it's Juro on an absolute island, but it's Bet running into each other, and because of it, Turbo can't turn that shot on. Him and F1 were like collapsing on each other, each vying for the ball, and eventually turned into Turbo getting pushed to the other corner before he could finally take that shot. That was a good look, but they kind of screwed themselves over.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe just a little bit of a miscommunication, but somebody should have went for that bump. He was dead in the water there. He didn't challenge early enough as far as in the defense, and that was going to be a for sure goal for him. But either way, they both end up butt heads and end up just knocking each other into the ball, and they lose that possession and lose that opportunity. So we'll be Siebes up here for Team F1, able to clear it out to the corner. It'll be over to 7. 7 goes for the fake, I think. I'm not really sure, but either way, isn't punished quite yet. Jura here to the back wall, be Turbo to push it away. 7 goes for 1 fake, gets it past 1, does get 150 as well afterwards. Turbo, opportunity, double coming in, nice shot, and he does find it. Turbo able to come alive here for the side of Team Bet.
Absolutely filthy. The angle on this was so good, and he had so much velocity moving into it after his initial touch. He had to use all his boost to go back the other way, but does bang home a double touch. And I will say, Bet seem to have found a little bit of the formula because they've been in the orange half for the majority of this game. They have 6 shots on the board. They just have the first goal in this game. And they're not relying on to own goal in order to get tallies up on the board. So that's definitely progress, Ivory. And let's see if they can build on it from where they're at right now. 2 goals, or 2 minutes left on the clock. 1 goal up. It's going to be in Uz corner for what they decide to do with it. And Siebes kind of just watching the play. I don't know what the plan was there. He ended up getting the mid boost, but gave it possession for it. This ball is now into the corner in F1's possession. A little bit awkward as neither one of them has boost, and Siebes going to try the other corner for Bet.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising here. Both times in game 1 that Team comes out and just absolutely decimates the other team, and they come out in game 2 and just seems cold, right? Like they have no offense going, nothing's really happening. And in this game, Bet's playing better, and as they score another one, they do get the second. I guess my main point though is just that it doesn't seem like they're playing great defense. Just really, Team Uz just having a lot of complications here in game 2.
I 100% agree. Like, Bet is playing better for sure. Like that cannot be argued. It's not night and day. It is like, it's as polar opposite as you can get from game 1 and game 2. And regarding they look like a shell of what they showcased in that first game. So maybe really is like they have a case of a team that burns bright really early and then falls apart, because it's the same thing that happened against Cracker Squad.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they can get themselves back into it. They definitely showed signs of life in their game 4, but definitely don't want to get all the way to that last kind of stretch there, and they ended up dropping game 5 in that OT. Definitely easy to happen. F1 did end up missing that open net just a minute ago. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt them, as they are trying to push downfield here for Team Double commit does get forced out for the side of Team Bet. Siebes up, will get stopped, and will be Turbo here to collect the possession with 30 seconds left here in game 2, as they're trying to tie up this loser's final series and make it 1-1. Will be Turbo waiting for his teammate to come to this ball. Seven playing very patient here. Does get 50'd out. It will be Zapdos with the opportunity there because of it. Good job to get in between there afterwards. And awkward touches Jura off the back wall, but no one's there. And I think that just might be the end of this game, and especially as he gets bumped there, Quan. And but yeah, we will have a tied up series, it looks like here.
Yeah, 1 apiece. Turning this one into, guess what? A best of 3, tried and true.
It's always the best of 5s that goes to BO3s, Quan.
I mean, that's... Imagine.
It's complicated math, but it checks out. Don't worry. We have production whispering in our ears to make sure that we're on track, and it does check out. They have calculators over there.
Got it. Okay. Maybe I should get out of the major I'm in for school, because my math doesn't seem to be on par here, but Bet doing very well to get themselves back on track. I mean, they played well. Now, I would argue that played bad as well. So I'm curious, where does the responsibility lie here more? Is it playing poorly and enabling Bet to take the win? Or is it Bet stepping up and they're responsible for their own victory?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a median there as far as on both teams. I think Bet definitely stepped it up a little bit as far as on like their aggression and actually coming to the ball for Team maybe taking a page out of the book of Cracker Squad. So they at least kind of kept at bay at the midfield, but then also Team really did not have any offense, percolating that whole entire game by any means. And even on the defense is just that it was pretty much non-existent there as far as on against Team Bet's offense that was coming out. Because I think Team Bet had like 10 shots or something like that to the 3 of Team which really even Team in their losses, usually we saw them with crazy high shot metrics even against Cracker Squad, but really they didn't even have any offense in that game. Quality, quantity, anything. Just they didn't have anything working there for them, Quan.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Couldn't have said it better myself, which, maybe that's why I asked you. Siebes, open net to shoot out off of kickoff. It's going to go straight in. Demo opened up so much room, and it catches either one of the members. Going for boost. 7 runs into Zapdos as well. Turbo cannot get back to the ball, and that's about as quick as you can get back on the right foot for this team.
I think Team so far, maybe I can be fact checked a little bit. Don't do it because I just want to be right. So, but I'm pretty sure Team when they have scored first goal, I think they have won every single game that we have seen them at least on stream thus far. So we'll see if it continues the trend here in our game 3 of this losers final. As Turbo does end up pushing out here to the corner, will be Zapdos to take back possession just momentarily. As F1 actually gets the beat on F1 too. Great play. And it must be over. Siebes misses the shot though. Siebes. He's going to be ringing you by the neck, I'm pretty sure, after that one. Zapdos had a crazy little assist play there coming out, and Siebes ends up missing the net.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even after. I think Zapdos is in Siebes' ear right now. Like, I dimed you up that well. I beat the entire team. I showcased that brilliant assist, and you can't even get a shot on target. Like, that one, definitely disappointing if you're Zapdos, but it's a team sport. Here's Siebes.
That's going to be a team disband right after this, right? And he's just going to be like, nope, we're done.
This is the last time we'll ever hear from or maybe we'll hear from but Siebes will jump ship or be forced to jump ship. He'll walk the plank. Yeah. This ball into the middle. Zapdos gonna flip it forward. 7 will grab the middle boost and turn. As Turbo now retreating. F1 double tap off the sidewall. Has enough boost to stay with this. Gets a really good 50. The demo comes out. Siebes gonna have to have some heroics on the goal line. And he does just that to bail out his team. 7 now all the way in his corner after that clear from Siebes.
Nice little chip downfield here from Seven. Finds a demo as well. Siebes has to play the fake. It's going to be inside. It's going to go straight over to Juro, though. Not the best pass there from F1. Ends up going into the opponent's hands pretty quickly. Seven trying to slow down the play, looking for the pass in the middle. A little bit of double commit, but it doesn't end up working out in their favor. But for how long? As Siebes does pop it back downfield. Will be Seven there to force to come to it. F1 here pushing for Seven. Seven shot is going to be not quite connected. Will be F1 back. Does play up to the sidewall here. Needs to be careful though. Zapdos is already waiting for this as he does come back around this one, looking for the solo play. Going to be able to find it, and he will get it, and it's going into the back of the net as Zapdos gets the 2-0 lead here for Team
Yeah, after you saw him pick apart your team with that assist, with the dribble around one, musty pass to another, you don't want to attempt to clear to his side. He picked up that ball with a full tank of boost, and he did not regret it. He did not let that opportunity go to waste, and 2-0 for on the back of Zapdos. See if they can hold on to it. Maybe take a page out of Cracker Squad's book and just turtle up. Lock down the defense. Frustrate this Bet squad. Here's Siebes attempting something over on the sidewall. Zapdos off the ceiling again. He's gonna do it. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna do it for the second time, but it goes off the post. And now Turbo, a linebacker in front. Siebes will finally turn aside. He does well to avoid the demo.
Yes, we do have Zapdos up here, and Zapdos definitely coming alive here. Really, I didn't see crazy amount there from him even in the winners finals, but he's playing really well in the losers finals so far. He's definitely shown off his mechanical prowess, trying to get his team back into the grand finals once that rematch against Cracker Squad, and he wants to run it back. As Jura does pop it down, will be Turbo to intercept here for the side of Team Bet. Will be Siebes up, trying to find a little bit of a flip reset here. Actually gets beat out here. Zapdos in an awkward position too. Has to deal with this one. Does it very well too, considering how awkward that was. Able to get it out and away. Nice 50 here. And that's going to be an open net there for Seven. And he just puts it down and puts it away. And it will be 1-2. They are only up by 1 now for Team
Yeah, Seven did all the work down there. Getting the demo on the third man. It just allowed Turbo to get possession. Pass it to him upfield. And he just has an open net to shoot at. Sorry, excuse me. Losing my voice a little bit here.
That's why I was drinking some water, Quan. I feel
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'm a little bit desperate over here, but I will make sure next time I throw it to you to get some water down into me. Here's Seven. Going across the way, looking for Turbo, who just grabbed that full corner boost. As Zapdos now going to do the same thing, going back over, but this time to himself. It's looking to hold on to this lead for only the remaining 50 seconds. They don't need to score one. They just need to not lose. Turbo passing it to himself, trying to get over the top of Juro, but he does well to elevate to that ball. This one's dangerous. F1 shot on. Juro makes a save on 0 boost. Double Quint comes out. It's still on net, but Zapdos clearing it out towards the midfield line.
Zapdos ends up faking there, but it's going to be F1 to take back the possession. 30 seconds left. Only one goal separating these two teams from an overtime. So we'll see if Team Bet can get it done. Shot does rain down on net. Steve's there to deal with it for the time being. Turbo does double commit with his teammate, so it's going to be a little bit of a lackluster shot there afterwards. Nice bump there from Jura. I thought actually he was already going to get beat out. It is F1, pass in the middle. It's going to be 7 up. He's going to get stopped out from the defense of Team coming to that one very quickly. Double commit once more. Maybe might just be the end of the game here as it's still up in the air. Still an opportunity here for Team Bet. Nice touch there from F1 too. Gonna be able to push it downfield. Be able to find it out the back wall here. It's gonna be on the corner, still up. Again, does find it. Turbo trying to get this around the corner. See if he can get back down in front. It's gonna be F1 to be able to find the shot off the back wall. Touches secondary. We'll see one up. Bounce again. Still up in the air. Turbo trying to keep this one alive, but it does pop up once more. F1 able to find himself the ball, possibly does pop it over here to 7-7. Again, off the corner. No boost in the tank, though, for F1. Can he catch this ball? Is back out in front. Turbo, 7. Able to keep this one alive, 7. We'll see. Zapdos trying to get this around this corner. Does get stopped out for the time being. And again, a double commit, though, coming out. And that might just be the end of it for him. The double commit does spell the doom. I thought they maybe were going to be able to get it done there, Quan, but that was a pretty dicey 0-second drill.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely did their best keeping it up, respecting the OG Rule 1, as they loved. That ball went off that corner about 5 or 6 times, and while the ball stayed up, they just could never get it towards the middle to get a shot on target. So, We are taking the match advantage then. And it will be a best of... What is it at this point? I guess only you can't say that because neither team... It's not a best of 1 because Bet still needs to win a game. I will not make that example then.
Best of a 2.5.
There you go.
Something
There you
like
go.
that. You know the math, it's there. Don't worry, don't anybody question it.
Yeah, so, I mean, if they win this one, they're on the redemption arc against Cracker Squad. They know what to expect. They have time with each other, so that one could be very interesting between those two teams. But we have yet to see who the actual winner is here yet. If you were going to change your prediction after 3 games, you originally bet for, is your mind swayed at all? It shouldn't be after that last game.
I said they're going to sweep, so as far as in that portion, I think technically, you know, I'm not fully correct, but no, I still think I will probably take this game. I think they close it out here, though. I think this is where it'll probably end here for it, unless they do the same thing that they did the last time in the winners finals, where they have some like weird issues. But I think for the most part, they should hopefully be able to hold their composure and take this last victory and make their way back into the grand finals.
I agree. Siebes looking to get his team going here. Zapdos diving forward, trying to get his team off to that nice start again. Ivory stat remaining true after that last game. They scored first, and guess what? They won, but they don't score first here. 7 dribbling around 1, flashing the ground play, and does really well to cut back around this ball and get into the net.
All right, let's just go ahead. PowerPoint, game 5, let's go. They didn't score first, so it's all over here, folks. Game 4 in the books.
It's chalked.
It's chalked. We have the second kickoff, though. We will see Team Bet here leading early, trying to keep their tournament hopes alive. As this game 4, if anybody is just tuning in, it's a best of 5, and they are on match point for Team Team Bet have to win 2 in a row here to be able to make their way into the grand finals. We'll see if they can get it done as they do lead here early. At least have a little bit of the cushion to start off game 4. We'll see Siebes up in the air, trying to find the air dribble. Does get past 2. Sees it gets 50 as well. Back out in front.
Where's the help?
Buddy there. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was wondering. He made a great play, and nobody really quite ready for Team to be able to clean it up. Nice pass, though. Dart to the top left, and Jura puts an absolute screamer on net.
Jura able to redeem himself. I was so upset for Siebes. Air dribble clear from his own side, beating all 3 players. He beat 1, beat 2, took a 50 on the 3rd. All he needed was somebody remotely in the area, and they have an empty net to shoot at. And it wasn't even like it was a quick air dribble, too. It was like a full 3 or 4 seconds, and nobody was there with them. But it doesn't matter. They do get the equalizer off. Another dime piece assist by Siebes, but it could come back the other way. 7 generating some sort of physicality, but he then gets bumped into the ball for the clear. So nothing coming of that opportunity. Turbo leaving it for 7, who's now going to attempt a flip reset, but met by Zapdos and Juro shooting from range. It'll be turned aside by F1.
We'll see the possession going back over to Turbo. Turbo trying to find his own little solo play. Doesn't end up getting off the sidewall. We'll have to back down off of it, though. Didn't have the boost to get back around it. We'll have F1. Nice little flick here. Does force out the defender. Good job there from Juro, though. Able to keep it away from the back wall, from the threat coming after. We'll see 7. Does get beat out by Siebes. Jura has the opportunity here to get up over the F1. Nice bump. Turbo awkward. Will be nobody home, though, for Team on the far side to be able to find the shot on net. The angles weren't quite there for him. Turbo shot going to be too high. Will be Zapdos. Does get forced out, though. So still awkward for him. Getting bumped away, too. Need to be careful. Double commit again from Team and they're just making it awkward here on Team for at least Team Bet's forcing this out.
Zapdos. Weird little double jump touch there, and F1 actually seemed to have pre-jumped him as he was up immediately. Turbo to the middle, looking for 7. 7 doesn't jump for it, instead opts to play it off the backboard in that corner. Juro now on the breakout. Will push it all the way into the opposite Bet corner, where Siebes will then test the backboard. Zapdos going to attempt a shot. That one will get turned aside. 7, really good touch there. An unexpected speed, but Juro read it well. Going across now again, widthwise. Outlet pass attempt to Juro, intercepted by 7. Zapdos does really well to play past 7, play it past F1 as well, and You know, we've seen Zapdos being able to set up those attempts time and time again. Although this game, it's been Siebes shining more so than Zapdos. Under 2 minutes left on the clock. Both these teams still looking for an answer, but almost all of the play right now is hovering around either one of these midfield boosts.
Yeah, we'll see who's going to be able to break out here. Neither team really wanting to commit so far. You know, I think maybe Team has kind of learned their lesson on that one in their game 3 and 2. Or I think it was game 2 and 3. The last time they kept committing too much and they ended up getting punished for it. But really, neither team wanting to do too much here to the offensive opportunities. Zapdos does get one touch there. It looked a little bit awkward there for him. Does deal with it well at the end of the day. 7, not the best touch there afterwards. Good bump there on Siebes, though. Not allowing that counterattack to come to fruition. Juro, we'll see if he can find the 50 here. Will be a double commit coming out from the side of Team as we are a minute left, and neither team able to get the second goal yet. We might end up seeing an overtime unless somebody really wants to start getting something going here, Quan.
Yeah, with just under a minute, it's like either one of these teams, they're perfectly fine just playing patty cake here in the midfield. They're just watching each other toy with the ball, and the second it gets like a little bit too dangerous, they just back them and say, okay, yeah, it's your turn. They don't want to make a mistake and be responsible for dropping this game, but obviously some sort of risk is going to have to be taken for a reward, and this could be it here. Zapdos with the carry to Juro. Juro going for the dunk, now trying for the bump. F1 will whiff, but they weren't expecting it, and 7's rotation does come through to bail out his teammate. That could have been dangerous, and there is the risk, but with no reward. Zapdos as the third man, diving for it, gets beat, and into the open net the ball goes.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. That's what I commented on it, that Team O were doing a great job about not doing that same exact thing, but really there was no threat either. That wasn't a play to commit for. I was kind of surprised. Zapdos, I'm not sure why he went for that on the sidewall. Maybe it was a miscommunication, thought that Siebes was going to be able to back in time. Either way, though, forcing themselves down by 1 here with 5 seconds left. See if they get an opportunity. The 0-second drill was alive, at least last game for Team Bet. Turbo trying to stop it before it even happens. Does keep it up just barely, but it is going to end up hitting the ground. And they will have a game 5. Like I said, Quan, as soon as they scored that first goal on Team Bet, it was game 5.
Well, let's tell the teams it's sudden death in this next game. Even if the first goal comes off a kickoff, it's over. Because we already know how it's going to go. If UG gets the first goal, they win. If they don't, they lose.
Hey,
I don't know if the same
cool
can be
with those
said
rules.
for Bet. Yeah,
it's like it's a what, undertime probably is what you would call that.
Yeah.
But
That
yeah,
actually might be a cool concept for a turn. There's a whole sudden death thing, like play to 1.
yeah, you could do losers brackets that way. Keep them moving a little bit faster. Who knows? See, we should be production, Quan. We have such
Exactly.
big brains, man.
Distinct undertime invitational. They're just right there. The name writes itself. And I don't know where my Australian twang just came from when I said there.
Oh my lord. Well, either way though, we do have Bet taking. We are. It's been a long tournament so far, but hey, you know what? We're ready for game 5. Both teams ready to duke it out. Team has seen themselves in this position before. They're in the winners finals. We'll see if it ends up rewriting the same exact story, or if they're able to keep it alive here for themselves and force this game 5 victory and get this rematch against Cracker Squad. Cracker Squad, again, patiently waiting there in the grand finals. They're waiting for these two teams to be finished up so they can play. So maybe they're a little bit cold too, but we'll see who's going to win, who's going to be the juggernaut to come out victorious here in our losers finals.
As soon as this first goal goes in, I'm saying, it's over. Honestly, the entire game, I'll be paying attention to see if any one of these teams can, like, break the track record. Then, okay.
Dang it, I was wrong.
Yeah, Bet, my prediction was correct. They're going to continue their momentum. Cracker Squad, scout Bet in the remaining 4 minutes and 45 seconds of this game, because that's who you're playing.
The first goal, the Team Bet. It's decided. It's already over. It's wraps. But we will see 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. See if try and push downfield. Siebes pushing it to the ceiling, trying to find the touch here to himself afterwards.
Okay. 7
All right.
felt bad.
Bet just showing off their game 1 potential. I think. Whatever that would be. This is game 1 all over again.
I guess. 7 was like, I'm sorry for making you guys wait. Here's a freebie. I don't know what happened there. I guess it was a miscommunication between Turbo and 7. Because Turbo flipped and maybe 7 thought he was going for the ball because he turned off at that same moment. Regardless, really awkward way to give up your goal lead. And it's going to be, maybe trying to reestablish that lead, break the trend here. Turbo from the sidewall gets the flip, not able to find contact though. That would have been a really good opportunity with the demo coming out onto Siebes, but just not able to connect with the mechanics. And after a minute down, Juro going for the bump play there, not able to make contact. One apiece, either one of these teams doing exactly what they did in the last game, not wanting to overcommit.
Yeah, but tied up though, at least as far as in that portion. I'm not sure if it technically counts or not. BeD did score first, but it was very quickly after, so I'm not sure if there's a timer, if you have a statistic for that, like within the next 15 seconds.
5 second rule.
Yeah, 5 seconds. There you go. Yeah, they dropped the bag for a second, but it's okay. Like you picked it back up. You can eat your croissant. All good to go. We will have the game still tied up though, as we're just encroaching on 3 minutes left. We'll see Siebes trying to keep the pressure here alive for the side of Team on their offensive tries. Almost finds it into the back of the net, but again having a lot of troubles getting out of their half here for Team Bet. A little bit of an awkward try there from Zapdos. Not really too much pressure going to be put out there from him, as Jura does get beat out from Turbo. We'll finally at least see it downfield, and they finally break out of their half.
This ball going over to Siebes. Siebes has Zapdos with him, but doesn't opt to pass in that entire play that looked really good. Falls flat, and they go right back the other way. I'm not sure if Siebes could establish connection there on that side wall, but that's the only reason I could think of as to why he didn't pass it. But now it's Juro going for a solo play, going for the dunk. Oh no, and Siebes was trying to position himself in an area where he could then read it and take a shot, but just a little bit too far over, and 7 capitalizing on the cheating third man.
Yeah, that cheating third man, that's just a huge crux for Team Like, they get caught out a lot with that same exact play, and really Siebes was very far forward. It wasn't like he was just a little bit past halfway mark. He was basically on the opposing team's third and didn't exactly know where that play was going in the first place. And, you know, it comes back to bite them as they do find themselves down by 1 with half this game remaining in game 5. And again, for anybody who is just, you know, getting here, not really understanding where the bracket's at or how it works, is this is a best of 5. It's game 5. Whoever does drop this game, they're going to be out of the tournament, and they will see none of the purse, no prize money at all. So definitely all on the line here. They want to be able to try and make their way into the grand finals to play against the Cracker squad. And we'll see who's going to be able to have the grit to get it done, as Turbo trying to end it now. Does end up getting stopped. Juro, 150, back out in front. Jura, pass it back out in the middle. It's a little bit awkward here for 7, but nobody really in threatening position for the side of Team as Zapdos does bang it here off the corner. But once more, they're finding the ball into the corner so many times, but not really any threats that are coming onto the net for Team as it's wide open again. Siebes just sitting far forward again.
That one, Siebes cheated because of the trust here. He thought Juro was going to have it. When Juro missed, you see him freeze in his tracks. I mean, Siebes probably still a little bit too far forward for your third man, but if you have that trust as a team that you are always going to make contact, you are always, like, that's how you have a good offense, is you have faith. You're able to keep those rotations pretty shallow. And it was just an unfortunate whiff there by Juro that sent that ball barreling towards their net. Demo coming out onto Zapdos, and with the limited offense that this team has found, getting 2 here in the remaining minute can be very difficult to accomplish. And, you know, I think this 5-second rule in this context here, Ivory, isn't true.
Hey, who knows? You said it. You usually cast, you get some caster's curse going. What was that tournament? We had like 4 seconds left, and there's definitely no way they're going to score 2 goals here. And they brought it back and won. Yeah. So, hey, there's always a chance. As Juro, no, what are you doing, Juro? Come on. 7 stops it at the goal line, and another big save.
It was teed
I
up
thought
for
I was
you,
speaking
Juro.
I thought I was speaking into existence. Oh man, I'm not biased here. Don't worry about me. Pushing it downfield, as we will have Juro doesn't end up missing the touch. Seeves pushing it back over to Zapdos. Zapdos trying to get one more touch forward. Doesn't get demoed here by 7. Might have just been able to spell the victory here for the side of Team Bet. Jura trying to get one last attempt going here, as they do all end up missing. Seeves has an opportunity here, needs to play it low and slow, possibly. Shot on net, going to be on target, but not there. Zapdos, very weak shot there after, and that will be the game, and they will make their way into the grand finals, and a nice little gimme goal here at the end too for the road.
Yeah, there's a chance that Seebs might have been able, or that might have been able to rally a last second comeback had Seebs been able to slot in that goal, but he had a good look on net. Somebody touch the ball, please. Okay. It does tick down eventually at 4 seconds. He ended up shooting it dead center of the net, where really like the only 2 defenders could get there. So unfortunate, but you know, they still need a whole nother goal after that, and yeah, lots of drama to be had. But it'll be Bet finishing their run through the lower bracket, and they're going to face off against Cracker Squad. Like these 2 teams, I believe, have not played because they came from different sides of the bracket. Yes,
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
And so it should be a very fresh, very exciting grand final, which I won't be here for. I gotta dip. I gotta leave early. I would have loved to be here, but things ran longer than I was expecting, and so we'll get a wonderful fill-in from a caster who is much better than I and Mr. Bepic. And, you know, I wish you and Bepic all the fun. I agree.
Evan, well, appreciate you joining on the cast in the first place and co-casting with me. You know, we'll have the grand finals coming up here next, everybody. So make sure to give a salute and a nice hearty wave over to Quan, as he will be exiting stage left, and we will be back with our grand finals here shortly. And everybody, just make sure to make your way back.